Long way, get this shit a long way, this shit a long way. Long way, hit the long way, 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 shit, long way, long shit, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way, finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way. She don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, yeah. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, yeah. Get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves. No, we gotta finish rich. No, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich. She don't understand niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand sometimes we got hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get this shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my palm strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a palm way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done talking. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, man. Said fuck it, bitch, we gon' get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I want to get some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the palm way, yeah. Man, I'ma get this shit the long way, get this shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear masks, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for long, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Hello. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young. How are you guys today? Not on camera today because I didn't feel like shaving today. Yeah. So what's up, Mike? What's up, Aaron? Jason? Hello. Welcome. Mike says, Aaron, you ain't got nothing on me. What's up, everybody? My name's LJ Young, the founder of SMD. Welcome. I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is where debt slaves live. Now, there's two kinds of debt slaves: unconscious debt slaves and conscious debt slaves. Unconscious debt slaves, man, I cannot speak today. Unconscious debt slaves don't have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. So let me give you an example of what I mean. All right. Now, if you think you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, which we're going to get into the topic of this story, open up your calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal. Now, as you're looking at your calculator, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you cannot see negative numbers psychologically. You can see them physically because you're looking at your calculator now. All right. Now, let me describe what the debt matrix is. Now, as you're still looking at your calculator, I'm gonna give you guys this is the best way I can explain what the debt matrix looks like in a physical kind of sense, right? All right. So those negative numbers you see on your calculator, they pass through the debt matrix. Now, the debt matrix is where the banks created the debt matrix, really. It's really them, right? So anyway, the negative numbers on your calculator pass through the debt matrix, get to the other side of the debt matrix, and then when it reaches you on the other, gets to your brain on the other side of the debt matrix, they turn into positive numbers. They turn into home ownership. They turn into equity. See how that's magic? They're negative numbers on your calculator. They pass through the debt matrix, and then they turn into whatever you believe: equity, home ownership. You got your home value is up, or whatever you want to believe. It can be done in the debt matrix. All right. Now, I lived there for the first until about age 40. Okay. Then I woke up, long story short, found Dave Ramsey. Mr. Ramsey says, take the math that we all learned in elementary school. Basically, he doesn't say this directly, but I'm going to just summarize it. Okay. Take the math that we all learned the arithmetic that we all learned in elementary school. Okay. Apply it to your finances using these baby steps. That's what I did. And I said, oh, wow, shit, that was easy. Then I said, then I said this to myself. I said, then wait a minute, what does religion have to do with it? Nothing. Religion has absolutely nothing to do with math. That's business. So when you see Mr. Ramsey adding religion, that's his thing. That's the Dave Ramsey religion thing. And nothing to do with mathematics. And then even in one of his baby steps 4s or something like that, it says when you get down to when you pay off all your debt and get down to your mortgage, start putting away 15% until retirement. Well, according to mathematics, you can't do that. If you have a mortgage, you can't save for retirement. You can't go on vacation. You can't do anything, let alone put 15% into retirement. So I said, well, why is he doing that? That's business. That's called business. So whatever. Hey, I got some, you know how he goes. I got some people that can help you with that. You know, I got some blah, blah, blah. Those are all hired people. That's business. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or anything. That's just business. Okay. So this is what SMD does. Strips out all the stuff that you see for business and just use strictly math. The purpose of SMD is to help you free yourself. And I'm going to tell you what the superpower of SMD is. SMD helps give you the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That's my gift. That's my gift that I'm sharing with you and other SMD family members. I don't own it. I'm just sharing it. Now other SMD family members have it too. It's like it's a superpower. Now let me explain to you why it's literally a superpower. Okay. If the majority could see negative numbers psychologically, car loans wouldn't exist. Car lots wouldn't exist. Mortgages wouldn't exist. Student loan debts wouldn't exist. Credit card debt wouldn't exist. None of that would exist. None of that would exist. Now, I don't want that. Capitalist economies would not work if the majority wasn't in debt. Debt slaves. Okay. Now, the wonderful thing about capitalist economies, you get a choice. You either believe that you either trust the calculator or you don't. So put it this way. If you don't trust the calculator, you're on the wrong side of capitalist economies. If you trust the calculator, you're on the correct side of you can be as rich as you want to be. You can be free. And I don't even want to say about money, just to be free. True wealth. True wealth is owning the time in your life. That's the true wealth. Owning the time in your life, because once you understand this gift, you will clearly see that no currency at all exists for debt slaves. None. Gold, silver, paper money, crypto, most definitely not cryptocurrency. Okay, that doesn't exist. Now, we need debt slaves to believe it exists. That's how it works. So if they want to believe they're homeowners with 30-year mortgage, 84 months financing, all you got to do is watch TV commercials. Hey, we got this brand new car, 0 down, 72 months financing. Finance a car for 6 years of your life? A depreciating object, financing it for 6 years. Now that's called business. I'm not going to walk on a car lot and say, hey, man, you guys are ripping people off financing cars for 72, 84 months. That's business. Ain't that? Hey, that would be stupid of me. This is a literal superpower. This is what SMD does. I help you free yourself. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not here to say, hey, you should buy from me or buy my services, because hey, man, it's totally up to you. You want to be free or not? It's totally up to you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to convince anybody to trust mathematics. That just sounds idiotic to me. Hey, man, can you please believe the calculator, please? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, now I'm here with this superpower gift. It's literally a gift. It is literally a gift that I have been blessed to have and share. Man, it's just unbelievable. Okay. All right. What's up, reigning woman? Zeke. Oh man, I'm gonna just call you Mr. Williams, Miss Williams, Mr. Williams. I'm gonna say Jaquan, so I'm gonna say Mr. Williams. Excuse me. All right, so let's get to the article here, okay? And I'm going to, as always, if you're new to the channel, I'm going to read this through my debt-free eyes, through the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, okay? So let me bring this up here. There we go. Now, this article was sent to me by Andre Bishwa. Now, him and I talk frequently in the background. We talk about a multitude of things, but whoops. That's not what I wanted. I wanted that. Okay. All right. Make sure you guys can still hear me, right? Let me see. Testing. Okay, cool. You guys can still hear me. All right. Now I'm going to read this article through my debt-free eyes. Okay. All right. Let me put this to the side here. Oops. Oh, let me open it back up so you guys can see it. 1 second here. Since I'm not gonna, no facial expressions today, no facial expressions. I know you guys love my facial expressions, man. You guys get to have those on panels, all right? You guys get my facial expressions on panels. I'm sorry, I'm reading Jaquan's. He says, you said my name perfectly. My parents are Black. We like to create names that are hard to say and spell. I had to look at it for a minute. I was like, okay, Jaquan. Okay, cool. All right. We're going to start at the title. Zero down mortgages are back a decade after mortgage meltdown. Okay, let's start with the title. The title's for debt slaves. Why? Because zero down. Only people that don't trust mathematics believe they can be homeowners with no money down. First of all, let's get it straight. You cannot buy a house with a mortgage. You can't do that. Okay, that's impossible. It doesn't matter what kind of mortgage it is. You cannot buy a house using a mortgage. Okay, that's impossible. The only way to buy a house is with cash. You walk in there, hey, look, I want to buy this house. They say you have the money. Yeah, right here. You pop open the suitcase with $300,000-$400,000. Here you go. I'm buying a house. That's it. Okay, there is no other way. Shout out to NYC for the $4.99 super chat. What's up, Uncle LJ? Trying to dodge that phantom slave tax, son. Trying to dodge that phantom slave tax, son. He makes me say that when he types that. Okay, I have to go all the way out and say it. Anyway, let me see. What's that line at will this new wave of exotic bank statement and fog the mirror mortgages crash housing again? Interesting. It's not a fog. It's zero down mortgages. Yeah, that's for debt slaves. Okay, this is what this also tells me. Just with the title alone, subprime mortgages. Who are subprime mortgages backed by? The people. The bank cannot lose. You guys probably don't know this. The bank still loans the money for FHA mortgages, all right? Even though the front end is the Federal Housing Authority or something like that, What that means is this: if you guys don't pay, FHA pays the bank, and that's it, right? FHA is you, that slaves us, everybody. They already know. They already know you can't buy a house with no money. You guys don't know that. They know you're going to default on it, okay? They know you're not going to make it all the way to the end of the term, so they're going to get you. All right? And who pays for it? You. Us. All right, let's get to the meat of this. The loftiest of home prices are upon us, like the 17th century tulip mania, whatever the hell that means. Everybody has got to get on the road to home ownership, whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but again, you cannot buy a home with a mortgage, especially with no money down. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure that's crystal clear. No money down payment loans are available up to 1.25 million, so long as the primary wage owner has at least a 700 middle FICO's credit score. So let's read through the lines, okay? That only people that have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. They want you guys to get in debt badly, and they're giving you a whole bunch of room to dig yourselves nice and deep. This kind of explains why these companies are buying up houses, these large groups are just buying up houses, because you guys are going to fill them up, thinking you're homeowners with no money. You cannot buy a home with no money. Okay, let's get further. Should you not show enough income from your day job or your self-employment income to qualify? You can document your income with bank statements averaging the most recent 24 months of personal. Oh my God, they're just making it so easy for you guys to get into debt. They're just they're laying out the debt slave. They're laying out the red carpet for debt slaves. Hey, look, home ownership. It's the American dream. Now remember, they're not lying to you. The American dream. You got to be asleep to dream, debt slaves. You got to be asleep. You got to be asleep to dream. That's not a trick. They're not tricking you. All you got to do is say, hey, wait a minute. The American dream? Don't I got to be asleep? Yeah. Hey, sir, get out of line. Who been talking to you? You been talking to SMD? Get out of line, sir. We can't have you waking up people. Okay, it says pricing is nasty on this so-called 80-20 piggyback mortgage, but beggars can't be choosers. Ooh, they just slapping you right in your face. God damn. There is a 4.5% minimum floor rate on the 30-year mortgage. It is subject to an initial rate adjustment after the first 5 years. Ooh. Oh, they're doing those what's that adjusted? I forgot the name of that bad boy that adjusts. The second mortgage has a floor of 99 full. Are they doing two? Are they having you guys put two mortgages on one house? Boy, they trying to get fancy with it. Okay. Here's an example. Say you're buying a home for Here's an example. Say you're buying a home for 1.25 million. Who are you talking to? Somebody with a 700 credit score with no money down? No, you're not. Okay, let's go on. The rate for the first $1 million is at 4.5 with initial principal and interest payment of this. You then take out a 15-year rate fixed, adjustable mortgage. Okay. For the loan, the remaining $250,000, two mortgages on one house. They're burying you guys deep. I can't believe this shit is legal. This is legal. When you guys are not free, when you don't have the ability to see negative numbers, this is and when I say I can't believe this is legal, I'm just saying, I'm not saying anything's wrong with what they're doing. They're not ripping anybody off. They're not doing anything bad to you. If you can't see negative numbers, that is your problem. If you don't know you can't buy a house with no money, that is your problem. Assuming monthly property taxes would be this, and your monthly fire insurance is that, and then your total house payment would be this, excluding any potential HOA fees, homeowner association fees. The only significant difference between this current crop of exotic, I don't know why they keep sticking that word in there, exotic zero down mortgages. I don't know, make it sound good. To the yesteryear so-called no down prime, subprime category, today's mortgages can balloon payments and prepayment penalties thanks to the 2000. Okay, whatever. And the current minimum FICO score is 700. Okay, but remember the race to the bottom prior to the Great Recession, it was always about competing mortgage lenders undercutting the other guys or gals underwriting standards. Take that to the Department of Foreclosure Prevention. How about some more memory? Okay, why you guys keep going back in the past? I don't get it. Why you guys let's talk about now. Can you fog a mirror? Of course you can. The fog mirror mortgages are available now with just 20% down on a purchase and 25% equity on a refinance for a loan for about why you guys, I don't know why they're talking in the millions. I don't get why they're doing that. No income or job listed whatsoever, no tax return, no pay stub, no pay stubs, no averaging bank deposits 12 to 24. You will need just page one of your bank account statements to source your down. Wait, let me read that over. Is they no income or job listed whatsoever, no tax returns, no pay stubs, no over 10 to 24 months to calculate. You will need just page one of your bank account statements to source your down payment funds, provided you are not receiving 100%. Okay, listen. As soon as they run your credit report, as soon as you walk in the bank talking about you want to apply for a zero down mortgage, they're going to financially abuse you, especially if they run your credit report and you got student loans older than your children. You got credit card debt, you're making car payments, and then you walk in and you're asking for $300,000-$400,000 more of debt, begging for it. You're begging for it. They're going to treat you accordingly. Okay? They're going to treat you accordingly. All right, let's see. Do not worry about the lender seeing those bounce. What are you talking about? Do not worry about the lender seeing those bounce checks or other financial difficulties on page 2 of your bank statement. Rates start. What the? How about investor? They are laying out the red carpet for you debt slaves. Now I understand why these companies are buying up houses, because they're going to get bought back from the bank, by you guys. How about investors' instruments? Believe it or not, fog the mirror type mortgages start even lower for loans on investment properties than for primary residence mortgages. How do you like 3.5% on a 30-year mortgage that adjusts after the first 5 years? You need a minimum of 15% down. Loan amounts go to $1.5 million. You will have a 3-year repayment penalty. You need a minimum of 15%. Loan amounts to 1.5 go to 1.5. You will have a 3-year prepayment penalty. Penalty for paying off early is 80% of 6 months. Whew. When you start reading stuff like that, you just get up and leave. You say, what'd you say, bank? Yeah, I'm out of here. Whatever. I don't understand any of that. I'm leaving. Okay. If you consider one of these mortgages because you cannot qualify for a traditional, cheaper Fannie or Freddie mortgage, let's get real. They are all over the place with this thing. Think through this. Home prices are peaking unless you are triple sure you can handle the higher house payments, have a family lifeline to rely on, have lots and lots of cash reserves, and have the stomach to ride out the eventual property value downturn, then don't do it. Do not overextend yourself. That's a trick. Let's see. Now, when they start talking about percentages and rates and all this other stuff, I'm going to tell you guys this. If you've been in debt all your life, you don't understand what any of that means. You don't. Okay, listen. Freddie Mac rate news. The 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 2.9%, 8 basis points lower than last week. You ask the average person looking for a zero down mortgage, and you say, hey, what's 8 basis points mean to you? They'll say, I don't know what that means. I know exactly. That's why they put it in this article, because they know you don't know what it means. You're in debt. When you're in debt, you don't save any money. Percentage rates mean nothing to you. The 15-year fixed rate average is 2.2%, 6 basis points lower than the last week. I don't know what any of that means. None, zero. The Mortgage Bankers Association reported a 1.8% decrease in mortgage application value from the previous week. That's why they're rolling out zero down mortgages. They got to get you guys in. If you guys could, if you believe you could be a homeowner with no money, hey, they're laying out the red carpet. Bottom line, assuming a borrower gets the average 30-year fixed rate on a conforming large amount of money debt. Okay, last year's payment was $38 more than this week's payment of this. All right. What I see. Locally, well-qualified borrowers can get the following fixed-rate mortgages with 1 point cost, a 30-year, I knew it, FHA, what'd I tell you? No money down, FHA, 30-year, 15-year conventional at this, 30-year conventional at that, 15-year conventional this. Hey, listen, they throw out all these numbers to scramble your brain. None of that means anything, okay? None of it. All that says is, hey, look, this is how much money we're going to make off of you because you don't know you can't buy a house with no money. There is no way you're going to make it 30 years. I catch your loan of the week, a jumbo 30-year mortgage adjusting after 10 years starting at, oh, man. Oh, what's down here? Let's see what's down here. Oh, I thought somebody was putting in some advice about. No. Okay. Nobody's talking. Boy. Oh, wait. Let's see. View some comments. Any comments in here? What could possibly go wrong? He's probably being sarcastic. Well, houses appreciate 20% a year. Seems like a no-brainer. Refi in 1 year to clear the second. Look at this advice people are giving. Oh, it looks like a no-brainer. Oh, yeah. People with no brains. You're right about that. And then refi to get, they think they're going to, this is what the person's really saying. Well, houses appreciate 20% a year. Yes, for people that own them. If you buy the house in cash, yes, it appreciates 20% a year for the person who buys the house in cash. Seems like a no-brainer. Refi in 1 year to clear the second. So this person thinks he's going to get a mortgage, 2 mortgages on one house, and then he thinks he's going to refi it, borrow more money, and pay off the second house with more borrowed money. You cannot do that. Since we have completely run out of houses and our population keeps going, what are you talking about? And for some reason, and for some unknown reason, builders don't build houses anymore. Billion-dollar houses will be coming our way soon. Inflation, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no concern about the long run anymore. Banks make crazy loans that are at least rates too low, profitable over long run. The management at the banks have to make these loans because the competition is doing it. Like, okay, it just sounds like business. All right, let me close that. Woo, man. Are you tired of being a debt slave? Are you tired of being taken advantage of because you cannot see negative numbers psychologically? Are you tired of it? They're encouraging that you get two mortgage, not one mortgage, two mortgages on one house. Now, the average person, they talk about it. Just listen when you're at work. People talk about having a first and second mortgages, two mortgages on one house like it's nothing. People really believe they have equity in a house that they didn't even have the money to buy. That's just mind blowing, man. It's mind blowing. What's up, Commendable K? A down payment reduces the debt by the down payment. No down payment means you just pay the entire debt without the small reduction. They think we're stupid, but no, I don't think they think you're stupid. I don't think that at all. I don't think the banks think anybody's stupid. They just run your credit report. Listen, I'm telling you guys, all the bank has to do is run your credit report and they will immediately know if you can see negative numbers or not psychologically. They're going to know immediately. What's up, the asset attitude? The financial abuse will continue. Oh, excuse me. The financial abuse will include an interest rate number that will be higher than your oldest child's age and will be higher than most debtors' age. This is legal slave. Hey, man, let me tell you something, asset attitude. This is how the capitalist economies work. The majority must be in debt. I keep telling people this. The answer to all capitalist economies, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, that is the answer. What's up, Omanike? Right, exactly, Jaquan. Penalty. Listen, just listen to that. I remember, okay, let me say this to you. I remember being in debt, and I had a couple of loans that said, hey, there's an early payoff penalty. And in my mind, I was thinking, that makes no sense. Why would you charge me for paying off a loan early? It makes no sense. You know why? Because you're cutting their money early if you pay that off early. They're saying, hey, we're giving you this loan. Let's say it's for 5 years. This loan for 5 years, they're calculating all their money. But if you pay that off early, they don't get all that money. So they might as well get something. That statement alone, early penalty for paying, that tells you right away if you're a debt slave. If you sign up for something that has a clause in there that says, hey, if you pay this off early, there's a penalty for that, you should get up and leave. They got 40-year mortgages now. 40 years. 40 years. Now, say it like this. Say like you're 30 years old. And you got to really think about it, because this is what debt slaves normally say. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go 40 years. I'm not gonna go 40 years because I'm gonna pay it off early. They already know. Listen, if you're signing up for a 40-year mortgage, they know you're not gonna pay it off early because you'll never make it. They already know you're not gonna pay off early. They know that. So they're gonna front load that bad boy. Imagine a truck with a heavy load in the back, but the load's in the front of the truck on the hood. They're going to load it up because they know the maximum time, because you ain't got no money in the first place. What's up, Atticus? You ain't got no money in the first place. If you're signing up for one of these loans, soon as they run your credit report, they're going to know that. The only person that doesn't know is you, because you obviously can't see negative numbers. That's why you're in here asking for a mortgage with no money down. Two mortgages with no money down, at different interest rate, and an adjustable mortgage at that. Hey, it's just business, though. It is business. It's just business. The banks are brilliant. I'm telling you, listen, if a central bank executive or any bank executive, they come across my channel and I say, hey, I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, they're going to know immediately that I know. The whole economy is psychological. It's not a physical thing. You guys know that? Every capitalist economy is psychological. It's not physical. You believe whatever you want to believe. If you believe you're a homeowner with a mortgage, you go right ahead. If you believe you own a car, financing it for 84 months, you go right ahead. Believe whatever you want to believe. You got student loans? Hey, check this out. So you guys can understand. Say like you got $50,000 of student loan debt, right? And you got $10,000 worth of diamonds locked up in a safe somewhere in your house. Okay? 10,000 minus 50,000 is negative 40,000. The calculator says you don't have no diamonds in your safe. The calculator says you don't even have a safe. How much you pay for that safe? 1,000? Yeah. Did you have student loans before you bought that safe? Yeah, you don't have a safe. That's what the calculator says. You don't have a safe or diamonds in that safe. So who cares what the combination is? They're not in there. That's a trick. There is no safe and there are no diamonds. Even if you had gold in there, a few $1,000s in cash, none of it's in there. What'd you say, Atticus? We are going through a deflationary period in the economy. These banks are panicking right now. They know people aren't spending like they used to, so they are trying to trick people into debt. Let me explain something to you, Atticus. All right. Banks have trillions of dollars, trillions. So let's put it this way. If I had $1 trillion in the bank, do you think I would be panicking? I wouldn't. What would I be panicking on if I got trillions and I can print money anytime I want? Why would I panic? Listen, Atticus, the banks know money, paper money doesn't exist. They do know the whole economy is psychological. They're not scared. They're not nervous. Debt slaves do what they're told. They have no money. None. Zero. What's up, Andre? Reading that article you sent me. 40 years a slave, shun. 40 years a slave, shun. They are rolling out the red carpet. Just like Andre said, Andre, they still behind schedule? Obviously they are, because they are rolling out the red carpet. It is bananas. When I saw the title of this article alone, it was enough. I already know who they're talking to. They're talking to debt slaves. Let's see what you're saying, Atticus. Yes, they have money. What they need is to multiply that money. What's the point of having money if you can't make more money off of it? It's what they do, LJ. Okay. All right. I mean, it's like this. The only thing I can say to you guys is the economy, hey, money doesn't exist. It's psychological. Okay. The banks are not worried about anything. The majority are the banks are not worried about people making car payments and student loan payments. They're not. Yeah, it's still behind schedule. God damn, when they gonna catch up? It sounds like they're accelerating right now. Pedal to the metal, baby. And honestly, man, I don't know. Lately, I'm here to help people. Honestly, I am. You could choose to believe it or not. You got to remember, I can prove my gift, mathematically speaking. Like, if you're a person that, let's say you're a cryptocurrency person, okay? You believe in cryptocurrency and you think the banks are against it, and you think it's going to change the way. This is what I want you to do. If you have student loan debt, that's why you believe in cryptocurrency, because you have student loan debt. Are you making car payments? The next time somebody talks to you about cryptocurrency, you turn to them and say, "Are you making car payments?" When they say yeah, you say, "That's why you believe in cryptocurrency." They're gonna say, "What? That's what you got, car payments." They're gonna be like, "What does that mean? You obviously didn't have no money to buy the car you have. That's why you're making car payments. So now you're gonna tell me you're investing in cryptocurrency with money you don't have? How do you know I don't have no money? You're making car payments." Atticus says, if you open the panel, we could talk about it. Oh, Atticus. Talk about what? I don't need to talk about nothing. I already know. The economy is psychological, my friend. Okay. Next year, we'll see mortgage rates near 1%. They're gonna do whatever they want, man, because houses are going up like hotcakes around here, man. And they are filling up quick, fast. Now, like when you see a new housing complex, go up, and then all of a sudden you see people in them, the people that ain't got it, that feel like they need to be a homeowner, they kind of get jealous. They're like, "Oh my God, they're filling up so fast. Those people have money." No, that's a trick. That's all the trick. All right. Don't fall for that trick. Don't fall for that trick. What's up, Cupcakes? I appreciate you, brother, because my friend has a subprime mortgage and an upside down car loan. Thinks she's doing better than me in life. Ain't it sad? It's sad. Subprime mortgage and upside down on a finance. Okay, financing cars is bad enough, but listen, if you are upside down on a finance car inside of a subprime mortgage, you are living in a mathematical illusion. You guys think I'm joking when I tell you about my gift, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. Your whole life is an illusion. You are living the American dream with your financed house and your financed car. Jaquan says, I told my 9-year-old son, when you have cash and no debt, you don't pay retail prices for anything. Sure don't. I'm just waiting for the foreclosures to start in 2022. Sure is. I don't know, Jaquan. I don't know, because they're rolling out the red carpet right now. It might take, what you think, Andre? Foreclosures in 23, 24? Because right now they're trying to stack debt slaves in the houses like sardines. Come get these houses. No money down. Government money for down payment. You better believe that. What's up, E-Man? You better believe that. Atticus says, wages are already dropping. They are not rising at all. There is no shortage of workers. It's companies not being able to pay wage to attract workers, plenty of labor. Yeah, right now, honestly, what I see, this is a company. This is a company ran. The companies have the advantage in the economy right now, right? Everything's about delivery, automation. Now, they can't physically replace, it's going to take a while to physically replace people to deliver packages. Okay, but you better believe they're working on it in the background. So everything's delivery. They need people to do that. And people are going to they need people to deliver these packages. And they're going to work. I mean, all you got to do is click on Click on a video on YouTube and just look at how these workers are just being overworked, delivering these packages deadlines. I mean, these packages are getting to the house later and later. And 9 o'clock, I had a package delivered to my house about 9 o'clock one time. 9 o'clock, the earliest was 6 a.m. I'm telling you what's coming right now. 24-hour delivery is coming. Believe that. And guess who's going to be doing it? Debt slaves. Debt slaves. Can you imagine dropping off packages at 3 o'clock in the morning? And you know, people's like, oh my God. You got to remember, people are going to be working 24 hours. The majority of people are going to be working from home. Different shifts, night shift, no different than working at a night shift at work, day shift, third shift, whatever. So there's going to be just people up all the time. Oh, foreclosures have already started. I guess you're right, Jaquan. Get ready. Would you say, Omanike, on FB, women are buying these large homes in droves, no starter homes. Then you guys get on, then they get on social media. Hey, I'm a homeowner. No, you're not. You're not a homeowner. I see that on Facebook all the time. You think I'm pulling down my mask on Facebook and say, hey, you're not a homeowner. You think I'm doing that? Hell no, I'm not doing that. You know what I say? Congratulations. Congratulations. Whatever you want to believe. No, they don't. 0.5% will make it, but it will look good initially. Oh, he's talking. Okay. Omanika says, Zillow stated they will be dealing with foreclosure soon. Okay. Keep it that way, man. And you know, when I hear deflation and inflation, you gotta, okay, if you're new to the channel, this is what I want you, so you don't feel like you're dumb. All right. Oh, I'm not good at math or something like that. This is what I want you to, so you can understand, not to be confused by people that use these big words. I'm not talking about you, Atticus. I'm just saying in general. I want you to, when they start talking about the economy, or, hey, did you check Biden's new 1.5 something, that you turn to the person and say, do you have student loan debt? Yeah. If they say, yeah, don't worry about what they're saying. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh yeah, E-Man. Oh yeah, I love that. I love that, E-Man. I love it. I love it. I know. I've been working on some other things. So yeah, I'm gonna get, that's most definitely. You guys, you see how much I use that in the community. So that is, man, that was like brilliant. Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, Andre just said that. I've seen foreclosures on Zillow already. Hey, man. Ooh, foreclosures not available to small investors. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you, Monique. I'm not pulling down my mask in public. I'm not. That is not happening. If they finance a car, a brand new car, congratulations. Because this is what you do. Like, have you ever noticed this? Like when you're on your social media, Facebook or whatever, right? Excuse me, Meta, not Facebook. When you're on Meta or Meta, whatever it was, what he said, it was called Meta now. All right. They're preparing for something. Zuckerberg's preparing for something that's coming. Anyway, when you see that on, hey, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm a homeowner. Yeah, I guess you are. Whatever. What's up, Hyphen? What's up, Dark Man? What's going on, sir? My older cousin was complaining about her house, saying it was too old. Oh, okay. What'd she do? Buy a bigger house and get into more debt. It's just it's just her and her two small dogs. I simply say congratulations. Exactly, Dark Man. That's exactly what you say. Congratulations. You know how many debt slaves are going to be jumping all over this no money down? Oh my God. They're going to be in droves. Oh, Monique says, Meta, change, metamorphosis. Something about it's something about virtualization or something. Something was happening. Some kind of virtual reality, something. Let me say it this way, okay? I am here to help you own yourself. I am here to help you not let the banks financially abuse you. The banks are not mean. Taxes are not bad. All that is a trick, debt slaves. If you ever hear somebody complaining about taxes, you know what they're saying to you? They're in debt. Because once you get out of debt, you will clearly see the purpose of taxes. You will clearly see them. You were like, oh man, taxes are not evil and bad. No, they're not. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me if you're in debt, you can't reduce your tax bracket? Nope, you sure can't. You cannot reduce your tax bracket if you're in debt. You can't. Anybody talking to you about sounding like they're just high class, understanding finance, you say, do you know your tax bracket? If they don't listen to them. Atticus says, LJ, please speak about the freedom and flexibility being debt free gives you, the ability to walk away. I've been free for a minute, and I've discovered the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. So I'm gonna just be straight up with you guys. I live in a whole different world. Like when I go out, and I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a different dimension. When I walk out in public, and I see new cars and paper plates and motorcycles and boats and stuff like that, but hey, it don't mean anything to me. I don't know how they achieved that. I don't know how they got it. If they're making payments, who cares what they have? Who cares? It doesn't matter. If they're making payments on it, that means they didn't have the money to buy it right off. That's default. Like here's another example. If you are a person making payments on everything you so-called own, that's because you didn't have the money to buy it, hence payments. And if you are excited about the no money down mortgages, they're doing that. They're going to financially abuse you. You walk in the bank and say, hey, I heard about the no money down. They're going to say, okay, we need to run your credit, but we already know what your credit's going to say to us, because they're not going to tell you this part. We already know what your credit report's going to say to us because you're in the bank asking for a no money down mortgage. They're going to be like, you want to finance the whole thing? That means you're not going to negotiate the price at all, because you can't. You can't walk in the bank and say, hey, I know you're selling that house for X amount, but can you bring down the price? They're going to say, how much you putting down? None. They're going to be like, no. But they're not going to say it like that. They're going to be like, hey, go ahead and finance the whole thing. And then later down the line, you can refinance and get a better rate. And you're going to be like, yeah, 40-year mortgage too. It's going to make your payments really, really low. And you don't really have to go the 40 years. You can just go in there about 10 years, let the equity build up. This is the same program they give to you guys all. Let the equity build up, because equity rises 20-25% a year, whatever bullshit they're going to tell you guys. And then you can refinance it and get it at, hey man, they just tell you guys the same old program, and you guys run the same program. Yeah, I don't plan to pay. I'm not going to stay in that house for 40 years. I'm going to pay the house off way before that. How much you putting down? None. No, you're not. You've had your student loans for 20 years, but you're going to pay off your house early? No, you are not. Thank you, Karen. Dark Man says, where I live, houses go in and out of the market like hotcakes. Had a realtor homie tell me that I'm missing out on some great deals. I simply say, I'm good. Yeah, okay. I'm missing out. I'm trying to get these slaves links off. not to put more on. Exactly. Come get some of this debt. Uh-oh, what's this? One second, I gotta look at something really quick here. It seems like they always happen when I'm on a. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Anyway, I like reading articles like this because I don't want you guys to get caught up in this stuff, man. I don't want you to get caught up in another 2008 crash, because that was bad news bears, man. I got into that. Was me. I was wrapped up all in that, student loans and everything. Cupcake says, my friend with the subprime mortgage says it's a new tax credit program that will pay $15,000 towards your mortgage, but you have to be in your house 4 years to be eligible, is one of the criteria. Wow. If you're new to the channel, I'm gonna say this to you one more time. You cannot save money on taxes when you're in debt. Okay. You can't write off taxes on a mortgage. You can't. Now you're probably thinking, I've done it on paper. I know you've seen it on paper. I get it. I understand. It looks like that on paper with your physical eyes, but all you got to do is open up the calculator. The calculator is going to say, I don't care what's on that paper. I don't care who's telling you what. That's not true. That's not true. If you sign up for a mortgage with no money down, you can forget about retirement. You can forget about 401k, IRAs, whatever you think about, whatever money you think you're going to use to go towards retirement, forget about it. You can't do that. All right, let me put this up. I want some people to ask me some questions about this article. All right. All right, here we go. All right, now, if this is you and you thinking about doing this, all right, I want you to really think hard about the decision that you're making. I want you to ask yourself, do I have student loan debt? Yeah. Don't sign up for a house because they're going to financially abuse you. They're going to see that you went to college for 4 years, but had your student loans for 20, and then you think you're going to pay off a house. No, you're not. No, you're not. If no money down mortgages are attractive to you, that's why they're attractive to you, because you have student loan debt. You're making car payments. You got multiple credit card payments. Now, I know when you guys listen to me, especially if you're new, I really am here to help. That is my purpose, to help people own themselves. What true wealth is owning the time in your life. What if you didn't have to wake up every morning to go to work? Wouldn't that feel great? What if you just, hey, I'm gonna just sleep in all day today. Today I'm sleeping. You don't have to be like the majority of these people talking about grind 24 hours a day, sleep when I die. I don't want to live like that. Hell no. I love sleeping. Love it. I enjoy sleeping. I sleep like a baby. And even when I get it's still like, even when I get plenty of sleep and it's time to get up, I'll be like, damn, that was fast. I'll be like, man, I went to bed at like 10 o'clock and wake up about 8. I'll be like, man, that was fast. Okay. Time, I'm telling you, true, Atticus, time is the most valuable. The only thing on my mind is this is how my mind works. What do I do to own the majority of my time. That's the only thing I think about. I don't let anybody waste it. I don't let anybody waste it. You will be, you will be, people will start to think, okay, okay, put it this way. I remember when I was in debt, every now and then I would come across a person that always acted like a complete asshole when it came to their time. I was like, damn, damn, that's what a prick, you know. But now I get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. Right now, I'm like that. I don't care how people feel. Because okay, put it this way. All right, I just recently got in an accident with my truck. Okay. All right, so I'm working with my insurance adjuster, right? They're like, "Hey, okay, we got to call you. I got to get a recorded message from you, and blah blah blah." So she's emailing me and calling me, right? But she just randomly calling me. So I'm like, okay, so I email her. I said, "Hey, man, we need to schedule a time because I would miss a call. It happened a few times. She would call. I was busy. I would call. She didn't answer. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, this is starting to annoy me. I kept writing this lady, hey, give me a time that we can get on. Do you know she kept avoiding giving me a time? If you let people waste your time, they will do it. They will do it. I promise you, they will do it until finally, hey, this is what she did. So happened she called me that I was available. She said, hey, you got 15 minutes. If you don't, we can go ahead and schedule the time. Okay. I just ignored it. Okay. Because I just want to get on the phone and get this over, right? If that was your mindset, you would have just emailed me and scheduled a time. You wasn't going to. Don't let people do that. Remember, you can do podcasts on other sites. Oh, okay, you must be talking. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, Zeke says, just a reminder to the new listeners of SMG, join the family membership. Appreciate that. LJ goes even deeper into understanding the programming. That's where thank you, Zeke. I do. And I got another deep one coming up for you guys too. All right. Because I'm doing the W-2, the conversion of W-2 worker over to 1099 worker. Man, I'm telling you guys, it's like, this is what it feels like to me. It's like I'm buying my way into the new system. It's like these are the fees, okay? It's like these are the fees you got to pay to play, okay? Because put it this way, like when you're coming from a W-2 worker to a 1099 to own your own business, okay? I'm talking about taxes, okay? You got to get this shit in order. Now, don't feel bad. You're gonna mix accounts, you're gonna spend money, personal money to buy. Okay, that's fine. All right. As long as you're taking the steps that they can clearly see, the IRS can clearly see that you're taking the steps to get this shit in order. Okay. Because people that are doing tax evasion, they're not running out getting EIN numbers, okay, business license numbers, the local tax numbers. I mean, it seems like a lot, okay? But anyway, it's just it's anyway, that's gonna be in the deeper side. But anyway, I want you guys to understand, don't because when you're doing the crossover, they're gonna be like, hey, did you not pay? You know, you got to pay your taxes quarterly, you got to do this, or you're gonna have a late fee. Hey, don't worry about that fee. Don't worry about don't worry about that. Just okay, yeah, I know I gotta pay it. Don't let the people scare you. Okay, I understand that. I understand I'm not doing it right, but I will. I just gotta get over here. It's like you're paying your way in. But once you get it going, it's going to be like a well-oiled machine, because you got to remember, once you're in and you're debt-free, yes, you're paying taxes, but you're not paying them. Your customers are paying your taxes for you. But you got to it's the craziest thing, man. But I'm going to talk about that more, okay? Oh yeah, thank you, Andre. You know you're right. I got it. Hey, time is key, baby. Time. Slave habit. X-ray vision, LJ. Are you ready for next year? I'm prepared. That's what I'm doing right now, Andre. I'm getting everything lined up, getting my ducks in a row. It's like, it's a good thing that I didn't explode before having all my tax stuff in order. All right. It's good that I'm small, that I can do it now, because if you just blow up and you ain't got your tax shit straight, they're gonna be like, hey, because this is what the average debt slave will do, right? Say like they're a W-2 worker, and a debt slave will come across a business that's lucrative, and then it just takes off. All right. They will go out and start buying shit. Now, when I say buy, they'll go and finance a house, new cars, without getting their tax shit straight. They'll do that and get themselves deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you get yourself so deep in there, you totally forget about paying taxes. And then they just come knocking on the door. Zeke says the book LJ finished. Zeke, okay, listen. The book's gonna happen, man. I got this first. This tax thing is got to be straight first. This has to be straight first. And it's a wonderful, don't get me wrong, it's a wonderful learning experience. It really is. This is what it makes me realize. When you are a W-2 worker, they do everything for you. So you don't have to think about any of that. You just got to get there to work. And honestly, I don't even know why. I don't know why, as a W-2 worker, they make you file taxes. I don't even know why they do that. Just to see if you're going to lie, because they already know everything about you, because everything comes from your job. They know exactly how much money you make. Why you got to file taxes as a W-2? I don't know. I haven't figured out that piece yet. I don't know the purpose of that. I just think maybe so you could lie and they could charge. I'm not sure. Now, I totally get it why when you own a business, okay, I totally get that. But as a worker, I don't really understand the purpose of that. Jaquan says, I'm a new member and would pay 10 times the price, LJ. LJ is going to help make me rich. This information is priceless. I appreciate that, Jaquan. I really do. And I want people to understand that my true purpose is to actually help. I know it sounds crazy, but I want you guys to have the easiest access to this information. And if you want to take off faster, of course, you just come straight to me and I'll give you the blueprint. All right. But if I can help you without any barriers, going to Patreon where you got to pay and blah, blah. Nah, man. Nah, that ain't it. That's not it. I don't copy other people. I don't copy any other entertainer on YouTube. I don't copy nobody. Because this is what I love. Like, somebody will out the blue. Like, I just had this happen the other day. Somebody sent me $100 on a CashApp out of the blue. I don't know this person. Just to say, thank you, LJ. You changed my life. You changed my life. And I didn't even create a plan for them. They just said, hey, you changed my life, man. I just want to say thank you. That means not the money, them telling me that, because everybody doesn't hear a person say, you changed my life. Nobody accidentally says that to another person. That doesn't happen. This is how I know I'm on the right track. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is it. I absolutely love what I do. I love it. I will be doing this until I'm dead. You're right. You guys don't own the time in your life. Once you understand this concept of owning the time in your life, you are going to change forever. When you read articles like this, you're going to laugh, because you know who they're talking to. They're talking to debt slaves. I'm sharing my gift with you guys, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. You will be able to destroy all these financial fakers. You'll be able to destroy them. You'll be like, hey, what you're saying is making no mathematical sense. Hey, check this out. When I go on panels, I came up with something. This is what I came up with. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys this real quick here. All right, let me show you. I'm cracking up before I'm even showing you guys. Where'd I put it? Okay, let me see. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. This is what I put up. Okay. So when somebody comes up and challenges me, this was gonna happen. Okay. This was gonna happen. I'm Superman. These are they're shooting the shots at me right now. This is what I do to Death Slave. That's gonna play after every time I destroy somebody. I'm gonna say, hey man, I'm gonna send you this file. When I get up on these panels, I want you to play this when I destroy these people, okay? Oh man. Hey, and Andre, it is a it's almost like when you send me shit and it blows up my brain. I was in the office the other day, a couple days ago, talking about this stuff. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get it. It's no different than when I was learning virtualization, computer virtualization. It seems very complicated at first when you talk about TCP/IP and virtual servers and virtual workstations and all this stuff that makes internet connectivity possible. But once I got it, I just mastered the shit. This the same thing. When I get to this realm, I'm gonna master this tax stuff. I want you guys to, I'm a master, not the inner workings, because I'm gonna hire somebody that, believe it or not, you see how passionate I am about what I do. There's somebody out there who is debt free that is passionate, believe it or not, passionate about taxes. Very passionate. That's who the person I'm looking for. And I'm telling you guys, if you own a business right now, find you a tax person who is personally debt free. They're going to change the game for you. Okay, they're going to change the game for you. Zeke says, welcome, Jaquan. Glad to have you. LJ is the only YouTuber I make sure gets my support. Appreciate it, Zeke. You know I do, man. You guys understand. I'm here to help you guys. I really. I am not sure what happened there, Stan. Maybe I clicked out myself. Sorry about that. Not sure what I did there. All right, I'm back. I think I clicked the wrong button. What's up, MoFax? And when we, sometimes Andre and I, we go back and forth with this. I had to really embrace the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. It is literally a superpower. Literally a superpower. You guys think I'm joking. It's literally a superpower. That's why I had to clip that out, man. Hey, man. As soon as I saw that, I said, this is what I'm gonna do. Every time those guys try to mess with me, that's it, baby. That's it. Yeah. I'm happy. Keep coming at me, death slaves. Keep coming at me. That's what I'm gonna do to them. Bam. All right. Shut them down. Love it. Atticus says, Desley. I asked to read a speech to the family if you allow. Oh, I'm not. It's not mine, but I think it'll put things in perspective, especially with their message. What kind of speech? What are you talking about? What you talking about? That's why I feel like the Man of Steel. I do. That's why sometimes I wear my my Superman workout shirt, man, Because I'll be in the gym. Well, I ain't been in the gym in a minute. But muscle ups, I love muscle ups. I love all that stuff. I remember the first time I saw muscle ups, I was like, wow, that is amazing. When a muscle up, for those of you guys don't know, like say like you're doing a pull up, but instead of just pulling up to your chest, you're going to the top of the bar, right? You're on top. Yeah, don't worry. I still ain't forgot about your shirt, special edition Andre Space Ghost shirt. I ain't forgot about that. Like this, but this transfer to, hey man, this W-2 to 1099 business, whatever, man. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's, when you're doing the crossover. It just, I realize how much as a regular worker they just shield you from that. They just keep you. They say, hey, we will take care of all that stuff for you. You just come here to work. The pale blue dot to remind us that we are not here forever to remain free like you advocate. It's only well, Atticus, it's more like I don't want to confuse people. I want people to understand that I try to keep things simple. Okay, this is what I try to keep things. This is what I want. See what Andre throws that kind of stuff up there. There are 4 more stages, LJ. You just beginning. Sometimes I gotta cut his ass off, man. You try to make my head explode. I want you to understand this. Log into your credit report. Okay. Skip over the credit score. Okay. Inside your credit report, all of those businesses own you. They own the time in your life. Until they get their money back, they own you. Andre says there's 4 more stages. And, honestly, when Andre says stuff like that, I think he's just saying a number to be nice. Because if he tell me the real amount of stages, I probably get frustrated. Because if he said, hey, LJ, there's 100 more stages, I'll be like, okay, I give. Even though I wouldn't. Because once you understand it, there's no going back. There ain't no going back. There's no going back. Randy Woman says, LJ, I was in someone's live chat room about a week ago and saw them in a you must have been saying Versace robe. I hollered. Yeah, I was in a Versace robe too, Randy Woman. You didn't see me in mine? Yeah, that's funny. When you see somebody in a Versace robe. Hey, let me tell you something, you guys, okay? The next time, and I'm not saying anybody, because there's multiple people that do this. The next time you see somebody in a Versace robe, you say, hey, man, can you show me your personal credit report? Their personal credit report will tell you why they're in a Versace robe on a camera. Okay? Yeah, muscle ups I love muscle ups. I do. I love muscle ups. Love them. You're not even in your final form. Oh, yeah, Dorian, you're right. No, I'm at the beginning of stages. I'm at the beginning stages. I know that. Andre reminds me of it, which is cool. I like it. It's baby steps. It's baby steps. Fact Sales. Oh, it's talking Sales. Sales. There's a big YouTuber that wears a Versace robe. I forgot his name, but I've never seen a video of the guy saying what business he's running. Yeah. Interesting. I just put it this way. As soon as I see somebody in a Versace robe, man, I'm just not paying attention to him. Why are you in a robe? You in a bathrobe? With matching slippers? Hey, man, whatever. Whatever, man, whatever. What's up, Atticus? Hello, sir.
I'm very good, LJ. How are you?
I am good. What's going on, man?
I was thinking about what you said the other day. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Oh, it's very good to speak with you, LJ. It really is. And thank you for hosting this program. It is a bit
Always.
late. It is a bit late, but I'm not going to work tomorrow. Um,
Oh, you quit?
no,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
still
just joking.
working.
I'm joking.
You know what? I can actually because I'm debt free if I wanted to. But it's a very powerful feeling, isn't it, LJ? The ability to just say no, to walk away, and it not hurt you. That's why I asked earlier if you could go deeper, to speak on that mode of life.
I mean, you got to give me some questions. Give me some questions because this is my life. So I need you to I don't really think like that no more. So kind of give me some examples of what you mean.
No, I mean, forgive me. I still have a cough. I'm not well, but I mean, just being not indebted to anyone, which gives you the ability to say no. Like, you don't have to work somewhere that you don't want to. You don't have to do any overtime if asked to. You don't have to show up anywhere. Even if it's a party, like someone's having a party or anything, you don't have to say yes. You can say no. My question is, well, it's not really a question, it's a request. It's, can you just speak on that? The ability to say no. Because I've been having it recently. I can say no, and I've been saying no. But there's a lot of people that don't understand how that feels, because we're only here for a finite amount of time. They just don't know what it feels, LJ. And I
Well,
wish more people do.
well,
Sorry.
put it this way. Put it this way. Oh, okay, I'm gonna mute your mic because I'm hearing some feedback. Okay, put it this way. When I was in debt, I didn't really think about the time in my life. I know it's the weirdest thing. I mean, everybody knows they're gonna die, but when I was in debt, I didn't think about the time in my life. I just didn't, right? And so I didn't really understand it until I became debt free, and but I still had a job. Because I'm not saying, I want to make sure people understand this. I'm not saying quit your job when you're debt free. I'm just saying when you're debt free, the way you look at your job is going to change. So if you're at a job you hate right now and you're in debt, once you become debt free, you're not going to want to work there. You're going to find a different job. Okay.
So
And
true.
so,
Yes.
and so when I'm saying about time, I remember this is how it started changing for me. Okay. At first I got debt free because I still kept my job for a year when I was debt free. Right. What I started paying attention to was the drive to work. Okay. This was the weirdest thing, right?
It's
I used
not
to take
weird.
I used to
I
Oh, go
it's
ahead, go
not
ahead.
weird. It's not weird. I was thinking the same exact thing, LJ.
That's how
It's
that's how it
not weird.
happened. So I noticed like it was weird. I was like this. I remember because I took the same way to work every day. I had to leave at a certain time. If I waited for 10 minutes later, I was going to get caught in some traffic. So I had to be out of that door at a particular time. I knew if I reached a certain light, if I didn't get, I knew how long this light was. Uh, I knew the potholes in the road, which ones to avoid. And this was like automatic. I wasn't even thinking about it. But then I started thinking, wait a minute, I'm getting in all this traffic to go to a place that I really don't want to go because they're not paying me to drive to work. Okay, so however long it takes me to get to work, that's on
Yes.
me. That's my gas money, that's my insurance, whatever, right? To park
Yes. Yep. Your time.
my time. And then I remember, now this is a place I worked at for years, right? But I pulled up in the work parking lot And then I used to say to myself, I'm about to go in this building and I'm about to be in here 8+ hours a day today. 8 hours. And then I get a free, then they're going to release me for an hour for lunch. And I remember even this, I'm debt free. This is my debt free year. I remember when I would get done eating lunch, I'd said to myself, I wish I could just go home and go to sleep. But I couldn't. I had to go back to work. And then when I'm in the office, in my cubicle, as soon as about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hits, I'm starting to look at the clock. Okay, 1 hour, 2, and if I didn't have shit to do, I'm probably browsing the internet on my computer at work just to kill time. Kill precious time. Because people say that, oh, I'm just killing time. You mean that precious stuff that you can't get back? You're just trying to kill it. See what I'm saying? That stuff started paying attention. I was like, why am I saying that? I'm trying to kill something I can't get back. Okay, that means I don't want to be here. But at the same time, I'm like, what am I going to do? I went to college for this. So what, I'm going to just quit, and do
LJ,
what am I going to do? I'm not rich.
LJ, you said something very poignant. You said, I'm trying to kill something that I can never get back.
Correct.
I caught that.
Yeah.
We can't buy time.
You can't buy time. You can't buy no more time. You can buy other people. You can buy other people's time. You can't buy time more. You can buy time in an indirect way. You could get out here, create a business, and have other people work for you, and then that way you can use your time to do whatever you want to do while they're working.
That's so powerful.
And you know what's really crazy though? When I was at work, you know how when you have like company meetings, and they encourage people, hey, we're here, we're managers here. We encourage you to ask questions, and you want to. Well, you're still kind of hesitant because you're scared you might ask the wrong question. You don't want to upset the boss.
Yep.
Man, that last year I asked anything and everything I wanted to ask without consequence. I didn't care about how they felt about it. This is business, baby. They knew I was different. They knew I was different.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, because the way I've been at work for the last the last few weeks, I think they know I'm an alien. Oh, well, not know, but I think they have an idea that I'm an alien because they don't bother me. If I want to take time off, they ask me when I'm coming back.
Are you sitting at the lunch table by yourself?
Actually, you know what? You know what? I can't get people away from me. That's the funny thing, LJ. I'd prefer to be on my own. I promise you, LJ, I'm odd like that because when it's working hours, I don't mind. I interact with so many people, phone calls, because we're based in the client's office. They walk up to us, so they get to have a conversation with us, etc.
Oh, the actual customers do?
Well, no,
Oh, other coworkers. Who you talking?
No, I'll tell you what I work in. I work for a maintenance company. So our clients are essentially landlords. So my firm does the repairs and it's in some cases replacement of things in their tenants' homes.
No, I mean, who walks up to you? Are you talking about other coworkers or customers?
No. Yeah, the landlord clients. So
Landlord
they'll walk
clients.
up to me and say, okay, the resident of this property is asking for X, Y, and Z.
Gotcha.
Can we get it done?
Oh, the landlord clients. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're in the same building, same offices, open plan, and they get to walk up to us. But some people try to say like, oh, Atticus doesn't talk to people or he keeps to himself or this and that. It's not that. Number one, I'm busy. It's a lot of work to do. Number two, I don't need social validation, but I don't say that out loud. I don't need people giving me a pat on the back or going, hey, how are you? Are you coming to this party on Friday? I don't need any of that.
Right.
I just keep to myself kind of thing, because sorry.
What's so crazy is I used to work for Alaska Airlines in Seattle, based in Seattle, Washington, right? And they have they have Russell Wilson, who is a football quarterback here. He's like they call it the spokesperson or the CFO or whatever, right? And so every now and then they would have meetings with him to inspire the workers. Hey, you guys are doing a great job and all this other stuff, right? And they used to always go, hey, LJ, you going down to the hangar? Russell Wilson's going to be down there to talk to the people. I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, they're paying him to be there. He's not coming there because he really likes the company. He's there because he's being paid.
Yep.
You're gonna miss out. Hey man, I don't care. I'm gonna be right here.
I'm my own motivation. It's
yes, exactly. I motivate myself.
But saying that, I do appreciate what you're doing, LJ, and this motivates me too. I just want to make that very clear. And everybody that's a member of the family, they motivate me too. I'll be on my way to work. That's
what it's all about. It really is. I'm here to help people free themselves, right? I want you guys to be free, to own the time of your life, to have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. Everything's going to change your life, your whole attitude, your energy. Everybody, just like you said at work, Atticus, everybody knows that you're different. They just can't figure out how. How is he different?
You know what? It's something else, and I really want to hear what Andre has to say about this.
What's up, Andre?
Shout out, Andre, my bro.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I'm very good, Andre. Trust me. You and I are gonna speak before we start what it is we're gonna start, and I have a prediction. With you on board, not me, with you on board, I think we're gonna go places, and I will always shout out and have love for LJ. I'm telling you, there's very few people.
Hey, look, LJ's the godfather here.
I'm telling you, my bro. It's like there's very few people that I stay on my mind on this internet thing. LJ is one of them. Fantastic.
And you know the reason for that. The reason is because he's the only one telling the truth. And telling the truth is
it's not easy.
Can be it's a very lonely road. I tell him all the time not to get discouraged. I know that sometimes he's like, he gets frustrated with things, but I tell him always, look, so long as you're telling the truth and you're working towards if you have the right values and you're working towards the right thing, eventually it's going to come to you. You just have to, it's like he was saying that you have to pay a price, and this is the price he has to pay. Is that slow start, that struggle initially. I remember the old folks used to tell me all the time, anything that's worthwhile doesn't come easy. You have to work for it. So I always tried to encourage him there for that. Yeah. In terms of the different feeling, it is very lonely. You have to have a certain personality. You have to have LJ and I always talk about self-esteem and how important self-esteem is.
Yes.
It's very difficult to do what LJ is saying to do, because he's telling you, first of all, everything you believe to be true is false. Not everything, but a large portion of the foundation of your beliefs are false. That's already asking a lot from someone. But in addition to that, you have to have the fortitude of personality. You have to be a pretty strong personality to go against the grain, because you're literally going the opposite direction of everyone else. And along the way, sometimes you're like, hey, am I doing the right thing? Maybe am I wrong? Am I going too far? There's sometimes where you can get into the feeling of maybe I'm too extreme or something like that. But I could tell you that being free, this is a requirement. It's not optional. You can't fake it.
Do you think we exhibit mild sociopathic tendencies? Because the way we stick to our beliefs, a lot of people can't do that.
Well, it's different for me because I'm significantly involved in helping others. So um, sociopathy implies someone who's taking advantage of others. I think it's actually the opposite. I think that with our knowledge, um, it necessarily is the case that we are subjecting ourselves to suffering, to hardship unnecessarily.
You know what? I agree. Please speak on that because
Well, the first thing is you see people, having a hard time, and you try to help them, and um, that they don't have to be suffering, that they don't have to have those problems, and they just won't listen, or on the contrary, they'll call you foolish or a heathen or something, so yeah, there's a lot there that it does after a while. Once you're in this space, since it's kind of a lonely place, it can wear on you sometimes because you don't want to be
we're
over here
only
by
human.
yourself.
We're human.
That's why the SMD community is so important, because we have like-minded people here.
I agree with you because we are, at the end of the day, as hardy as we may be, we're still human. You know.
Luckily,
Mm.
I've never had and I'm listening to Andre. He's right. Luckily, I've never had a self-esteem problem, because to do this, just like you said, to tell, it's the craziest thing. To tell the truth, you gotta be you gotta be strong to tell the truth. It makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, I have the personality that I've never had a self-esteem problem. Okay, luckily, there's but to do this, it goes against the grain of everything and everyone, because basically I'm saying everybody's wrong, I'm right. That's the crazy part. But is like I said, Andre and I talk in the background a lot. As long as I'm telling the truth, because the bigger I get, people gonna start digging, just like they do with other YouTubers. They're gonna be digging.
Yep.
But in my case, they're not gonna find anything. There's nothing to find.
They'll
Okay?
make up something. I promise you, LJ. They'll make something up. This internet thing, I've been watching it for
Well, I don't care if they lie. I'm just talking about finding something on me saying that I lied about. I don't care if they do something. Eventually, I'll say, okay, we'll figure. Obviously, it's a lie. I'll prove it to be a lie. But I'm just saying, as far as myself, like this is important to me. Like, I want people that follow me. I don't want them to be following me for years, and then I'll something find out I got a criminal record. I've done something bad or whatever. I don't want. I'm gonna make sure none of that is ever gonna happen, ever.
Nah, but even just listening to you, because I don't know you personally, as it were, but just listening to you and how you approach things, I can tell you're a straightforward man. That's my personal opinion. Others may have their own, and they're welcome to it. But you don't strike me as someone who hurts other people or who has
No, this
malice.
is me. I mean, I've been like this since I was a kid. I remember even in grade school. Now, I was never a small dude. I never was one of the dudes that got picked on. But I also was the guy that protected the small guy. I mean, ever since in grade school, I didn't let bullies pick on the small dude. I was just like, nah, man, you ain't gonna pick on that dude, and just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I've
You
been
know
like that
what,
all my life.
LJ, I'm very surprised you said that because I'm the same way. I'm not the biggest guy, um, but in school, largely I had a very good time because people got along with me because I got along with them. And one thing I did not like is bullies. I just don't like individuals threatening, abusing other individuals. I don't like that. It really doesn't sit right with my soul. It's something very close to my heart. I don't like that.
And see, with this S&D power, and literally, I mean, Andre had to keep repeating this to me over and over so I can get this, because it's a psychological thing, right? It is literally a superpower. So if you are a person that may had low self-esteem, probably problems dating, not, you don't feel really smart or whatever. I'm telling you, let me tell you, if you understand this, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, every aspect in your life is going to change forever, and you're going to see all the people that look like they were smarter than you because maybe they were college educated and you didn't go to college. You're going to look at them and say you're going to be a totally different person, totally different.
Tell them, LJ. Tell them what's waiting for them if they walk this path. Tell them. I don't think they know.
Well, your personal life is definitely going to change. You won't have no problems dating because you won't date debt slaves, and that's going to eliminate 95. I mean, it's going to be a problem because it's going to eliminate 90 to 95% of the dating pool. So you're going to be cool with just, hey, we could be friends. You're going to have a lot of friends, just to say it like that. And your job, when you go to work, your bosses are going to know, your managers, they're going to know you're different. They know hey, you're going to be a team player. Does team player mean work for free? Yeah, I'm not a team player then.
Just very quickly, Andre, just very quickly. I claim that you're not going to have many friends, LJ. You won't, not in this slave world. Because we live on a slave planet right now. Sadly. You're not going to have many friends. No, you have friends. No. That's fine. But you're not going to have many friends.
Oh, that's cool. I'm cool with that.
I agree with you, LJ. Yeah. I'm just saying, in general, it's going to be somewhat of a lonely journey. But the people you do come across that share your mindset, they will be like gold. Well,
put it this way, Atticus. Do you think, had I not followed my goal and what I wanted to do, you think I would have met a person like Andre? There is no way. Nope. Andre and I would have never met. I mean, I would have took one look at his shoes. I said, okay, all right, that dude, look at his shoes, you know.
Hey, don't be wrecking on my Crocs.
I'm gonna give me a pair, man. I'm getting me a pair.
I got Crocs on right now.
I'm gonna give me a pair of them Crocs. But what I'm saying, seriously though, because I could tell, like Andre, I could tell his privacy is important, and I could respect that, right? People have to. I have to be seen, because when you can see. You could see other people that can see, and then the ones that cannot see. If I couldn't see, Andre wouldn't have talked to me. Why bother talking to me?
You know what?
Yeah, it'd be a waste of time.
Waste of time.
No.
And with time being so precious, we never waste it.
Yes, exactly. See it, Atticus? When you do that, you don't want to waste your time on anybody or anything.
I agree. I totally agree. And it's something that has come to the forefront of my thinking recently. And I just want to say to Andre very quickly, and then please, Andre, grace us with your thoughts, please. Eventually, don't care what any one of these people think. I used to be just like you are. I never wanted to show my face on this internet thing. I never even wanted to speak. It's only recently that I started jumping on panels and speaking, because I realized it's only about 10% that's worth paying attention to. And I'm very glad that SMD family.
It's a lot less than that.
Oh, I'm very glad that
you're being too generous. You're being nice, Atticus. Don't be nice.
Don't be nice. You know what?
Yeah, you being nice, Atticus.
I should be kind, not nice. I have to remember this. Thank you for reminding me, gentlemen. But I'm very glad that the SMD family, the majority of us, the actual family, because it's going to grow, LJ. You have to understand this, and you're going to get all sorts of people.
Well, yeah, I mean, I already know that, but you know, it's going to be SMD family is going to be big in a good way. Like even though one day SMD is going to blow up, right? But I'll still be able to walk. on the streets without being recognized, which is a good thing. You know, nobody's gonna, hey, that's LJ. You know what I'm saying? It's just that way.
LJ, if you blow up, people are gonna recognize you, whether they
Nah,
like it or not.
nah, they won't.
For example, let's use the most readily available example, Kevin Samuels.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he likes it or not, people will recognize
Well,
it.
that's different though. That's different.
I-
That's gossip.
No, but no. But that's the thing. When you blow up, you get that too.
No,
I remember
that's
Kevin.
different, Atticus. That's different. That's not
I
the
remember.
same.
No, LJ. I remember Kevin from 3 years ago. Nick Pin in the chat can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew who he was. Nobody cared who he was.
But you're comparing. Listen, you're comparing two different things. I don't talk about gossip.
Of course you don't, but they.
But when you see now, I don't really mean to bring him up, but that's but since he's one of the popular people in that world, we'll just say that when you see numbers like that, those are the majority of people that are watching lives like that. They are lost. They're looking for somebody to give them an answer that they're the only person that can answer is themselves. There is no way I can't watch like let me give you an example. Okay, one time I went over there. Now this was a while ago. Okay, I went over there and clicked on one of the because I can't really take one of those topics because the topics make no sense to me, right? But anyway, I was watching one time, and then all of a sudden he moved the camera to one of that. He got this little TikTok-y thing in the background. Said, "Hey man, if nobody are liking the video or doing something, you guys are gonna watch this until you do this." I was like, motherfucker, you ain't making me do nothing. Click, I'm out. I'll like the video. I'll like this video if I like it, not because you tell me to like it.
I agree totally.
If you don't get these likes up, I ain't doing this. Goodbye. I don't care. See ya. And people, and you know what people do? You know what the majority of them do? They will do what I said. Hell no, you ain't making me do that. No.
I agree with you because why do you think tech companies put this follower thing up? I mean, you remember when it didn't exist, this follower phenomenon. It didn't exist. It only came in recently, a few years back.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what it boils down to is self-confidence. Go ahead, Andre. You got something to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that, like I told you earlier, LJ, it doesn't matter. Those people don't matter. What matters are the ones in the background. So, for example, you could have you could have 1 million followers or 1 million subscribers that are not worth 1 subscriber somewhere else. You follow what I'm saying, Atticus? So if you, and this is why I've been counseling LJ on this to make sure that he stays consistent on what he's saying and that he's saying the right stuff. Because the ones that matter are worth millions of others. And that's not an exaggeration.
Yes. Yes. You know what, LJ? What to Andre's point, you'd rather have 100 people, just 100 people that engage with your message than have 100,000 subscribers and 1% of them.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I understand. I'm over that part now. At first, it's very difficult when you're starting to do something. I know the subscribers I have are organic. They are subscribed to me because they want to be subscribed to me.
Yes,
right? They want to be here. They're not being forced. I didn't say, hey man, I'm not gonna talk unless you get these likes up or unless you super chat. Hey man, you do what you want.
How did
I'm here to help you.
I mean, the audacity. They threaten their own followers.
But if you're a person that will hit the like button, they say, I'm gonna put the camera to the corner and I'm not doing shit until you hit the like button, and you hit the like button, you're a follower. I ain't no. I'm not that, never been. No. No.
They threatened them, LJ. They
Right.
actually stopped the show.
Stop the show. You gonna stop the show? I'm out. Bye. I'm not even supposed to be here. What's up, Lesson Burn? What's going on, sir?
Love to your lessons, Ben, my brother.
Hey, what's happening, fellas? Glad everybody doing all right.
Good. What's up, man?
We're blessed, bro. Thank you. I hope you're
Appreciate it.
good.
Oh yeah, always, man, always. Salute to everybody up here. Salute to the chat. Um, Atticus said my keyword. He said the words of economy. Be kind, not nice. But I think something that comes along whenever I hear y'all talking, mostly is two different mindsets, and I call them the scarcity and the abundance mindset. Right. So once you own your own time and once you out of the debt matrix, you operate from a place of abundance, right? You understand your time is money. You understand it's not willy-nilly to just give away. Um, and a lot of people, they operate from that scarcity mindset. And to what Atticus said earlier, I'm not saying all people are sociopathic, but people operating with the abundance mindset, they're the opposite of sociopathic, because um, people that are operating from the scarcity side, they have a tendency to do sociopathic things, whether they are or not, right? Like they have, like someone who's broke can justify robbing somebody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they can justify skimming something off the top because, hey, I need it. You know what I mean? So I think that's where a lot of people are operating. That's where I think a lot of the disconnect is between, the two opposing mindsets or whatever. But the way I look at it, it's just kind of supposed to be that way. How you guys say it?
Yeah,
LJ has.
I would agree with you 100%. It's been my experience dealing with, 7 and 8 figure people, 9-figure families, that they are the contrary to what most people believe about people with wealth.
Right. Yeah, and
They
you touched.
are,
Agreed. Yes.
yeah,
You,
they are the opposite of that. They are insanely generous with their time and their money. Another thing is about and especially these people know what time is worth. So for them to
Mhm.
go and give the time that they do, with charitable giving and the like, it's really is what you're saying, lessons that it's been my experience that the reason why you find people, it's not the only reason, but a lot of the reason why you find people in that in the area where they're poor or finding it difficult to make ends meet and so on, a lot of times when you get around them, you really find that scarcity mindset, where they're not as giving, or either not necessarily with money, but with their time as well. I notice more laziness, so I would have to agree 100% with what you said, Lesson. It
Cynicism.
has been my experience that it's the case.
No, I agree with you because some of these wealthy people are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. It's a misnomer to think that people that have money are automatically mean, cynical, want to put you down or look down upon you. That's a lie. My own family, I'm talking about my father here. In my country, we are literally in the top 5% in my country, not in the United States or England, where I'm currently am. And trust me, my family's done so much for other people, helped so many people that I've seen with my own two eyes. And the idea that someone would come and say, "Oh, uh, because my dad's a retired doctor, so they'll say, "Oh, the doctor is this and that. Oh, he's mean and this." How? If you knew what he's done for people, he's literally taking people to hospital when they're sick and paid for their medical care out of his own pocket.
Well,
Nothing
see, you
to be
figure
given back.
people like that, you don't have to prove, and that's one thing that's one thing I love about what I do, because if I have to prove something, I can prove it with a calculator, but I don't have to prove what when you have money, you don't have to prove it, especially people with money. They don't have to prove shit to broke people. If you have money, it doesn't that'll be literally a direct saying directly, I'm wasting my time, which time is the most valuable. Like, now that I'm free, I can't, but like, knowing that I'm 51, I just be thinking about it. I mean, I don't think about it in a bad way. I'm just like, damn, man, I've been here 51 years, going on 52. Hopefully I got another 50 left. Hopefully.
Yeah. Listen, LJ, you see, the way you think is the way I think, and I'm only 34, turning 35 in November, which is
Young, man.
this month's
That's
coming.
young.
No, but you have to understand, the way you think is the way I think.
See, I mentioned this to Andre the other day. I said, I truly believe that I got this gift now at this age because I'm mature enough to respect it. Because I believe I probably would have took advantage of it if I was your age, Atticus. Because I'm assuming that because I was just in the wrong mindset, but I probably would have took advantage of it in a wrong way, not in an illegal way or anything, but just not in a mature way.
Can I ask you guys something? I want your opinion, all of you, please. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just especially, I want to hear from you, Andre, and you too, Lessons Burn and LJ. I got savings. I got a bit of gold. I got land in Africa, etc., etc. But I do work full time in the UK. I'm thinking of leaving my job only because I'm studying. I told you, for networking, cybersecurity, something LJ is familiar with, and I've got about 10 months to graduate. And I'm really thinking of walking away. I'm okay. Financially, I'm okay. I can afford to pay my way, feed myself, etc., etc. I'm okay in that respect. But I kind of like the people I work with. Not every single person. I'm not talking about the client. I'm talking about my firm, my company. Should I do that, or should I just keep carrying on? Because it's kind of difficult doing a full-time thing and
If
studying it well.
if it
But
ain't
I
broke,
just want
don't
to hear.
fix it.
Well, if you,
No, no, no. Talk to me. Talk to me. I
um,
want to hear your opinion.
well, what I would say is, it's been my experience that focus, being able to focus on your energy on one thing, your probabilities of success significantly higher. So if you genuinely have, and I mean real savings that you could take, let's say you have enough to pay all your bills for 2 years, then I would definitely be cutting off work altogether. Now, the thing is that I don't know to the extent with which you have a relationship with your coworkers outside of work. Um,
Nah,
that's
it's
another
just at
thing.
work.
The
It's
work.
just at work. Yeah, it's just at work. It's not anything outside because it's my
Well,
personality.
this, okay. Well, this is what I was saying about finding your peers. Right. We discussed this the last time. If you have to make a real assessment of who you are and where you're going, and make sure that you are attracting or acquiring the right people around you. You are basically the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if the 5 people you spend the most time with are people at work and they're all employees, well, that's what you're going to be. And this is where people don't realize that it actually disrupts your ability to move forward. So if this is what you're doing, you should already be um, uh, finding people who are where you want to be or where you're going, and those are the people you should be spending the most time with. So if you're
Andre.
studying this security thing or whatever, then you find groups like that, and you really try to focus on developing relationships with your future peers. You understand?
I do. And the funny thing is, I found people of like-minded on this. As much as I rail about the internet, it's someone like you, Andre, LJ, Lessons Burned, you're Zeke, Nick, and the Omanike. You guys are my peers mentally. And guess what? Andre, you may make more money than me, for example. But intellectually, I feel that we're peers. You know? It's not easy to find people like that in the physical world. I don't know what it is with the West. People don't like talking with each other. There's a falseness that's going around, this political correctness, there's all sorts of things going on. So you have to be very mindful about who you speak with, what it is you say, because it can cost you your job. In fact, in certain situations, especially in Europe, because you guys in the United States have this thing called the First Amendment. Countries in Europe don't.
Well, let me tell you
What you
something,
say
Atticus.
can jail
Let me
you.
share something
Sorry.
with you, Atticus. Let me share something with you. All right. So this is a little bit deeper, but I usually say this in the members only. But this is how it did for me. Okay. Now I was in the virtualization. I was working with a software called VMware. Okay, that was my specialization. All right, virtualization software. Right.
Mhm.
Now I really enjoyed doing that. Okay, I made good money. Now this is how it went for me, and it's basically that's going to answer your question. You got to listen to yourself within. All right. So, but I didn't know this at the time. Okay. This is during the year that I was debt free, had a job. I remember, I will never forget this. I was reading what's called white papers. Okay. White papers are updates in software. Like,
Yep.
say, like you're working with a particular version of software. So I was working with a particular version of VMware, and then a newer updated version came out, and then they sent out these white papers and say, hey, this is what we can do now, and this can blah blah blah, right? But and so I would be on top of it reading it. So one day I was reading these white papers, I kid you not. As I'm reading it, something inside of me said, just like this, you're not interested in this shit anymore. I was in my cubicle and it said, you're not interested in the shit anymore. I was like, now I was having a conversation with myself. I was like, wait a minute, this is my bread and butter. This is how I make my 6 figures a year. But it was like, yeah, but you're not interested anymore. I said, okay. I tried to ignore it and I tried to go on reading it, but I had absolutely no more interest in reading it, which was the weirdest thing. And I said, okay, maybe it's today. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I don't want to read it today. So I tried to come back the next day. I still wasn't interested in it. Still wasn't. And then as I'm going through the year, I still remember the day because I was close to a window. I wasn't at the window, but I was close to a window. This particular day, it was the evening and the sun was going down. And so I got up out of my cubicle, went to the window, and I was looking at the sun, and it was towards the end of the day. And something was like, said, it's time to quit. And I was like, quit? I'm having a conversation. This is in my brain. Okay. Quit. What am I going to do? It said, I'm not going to tell you, but I know you got to quit. And I had to say, then, my mind was like, oh no, man, what about this? No, you ain't got no bills and you got money in the bank. So you ain't got no excuse. You can quit.
Exactly. Yes. No bills and money in the bank.
And that's what I did. No guarantees of nothing. Go ahead, Andre.
Yeah, that's what I don't know if you guys remember the last time I was on. I think it was also towards where I was saying about being on purpose. And you may find a reason why part of the reason why I'm encouraging you to quit if you really do have the funds is that you find that you don't want to do this security thing. You may find that you don't want to do it at all. But you won't hear that until you quit. You follow what I'm saying? Because right now your mind is set on, I got bills to pay, I need to work, I need to provide for myself, therefore I have to do this job or the next job or the next job in the hopes that either making more money. But none of those things are a solution, though.
Andre,
It's not.
c- uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, just what you were saying right there. The thing is this: I'm not working because I have bills to pay. Funnily enough, I'm not doing that. I'm working is doing this thing that I'm doing right now because it's all I've ever done from the age of 19.
Well, that's the program, right?
Thank you,
Until I
LJ.
quit, like if somebody would have came up to me before quitting and said, "Hey, LJ, you know Saturday and Sunday are not special, right?" I would have been like, "Huh? Hey, LJ, you know there's 7 days in a week, and your employer owns 5 of those days." I'd have been like, "Huh?" Until I
Yo,
quit. Now I
Oof.
know Saturday, they're not special, they're just days of the week. Saturday is no different than Monday.
Yes.
They're just days
They
of the
keep
week.
talking, LJ, they keep talking about Friday. And I'm like, you're going to talk about Friday the next week and the
No,
next
this is
week and
this is what they do here, Atticus. This is what they do here in the U.S. Thank God it's Friday. Now I go, why are you thanking God? Why are you thanking God it's Friday? Oh, it's Hump Day Wednesday. What are you talking about? Where you learn that? Oh, that TV commercial with the camel? Is that why you think
The
Monday
camel.
it's funny, man. But had I not quit, I would have never known that.
Gentlemen, honestly, because I'm never going to starve. I'm not bragging or anything, but even if I wanted to and I went back home, I'm never going to starve. I got land, property, I can live rent free, utility free because we set up the
So
solar
what
and
do
the
you so what
water
are you
and everything.
hesitating for? What are you hesitating for? It's
Habit.
something inside of you telling you to quit or leave. What it's something, because you got to listen to that and I don't want to call it a voice. This is exactly what it would, and it's not a physical sound. Like if you just say your name inside your head, right? Like just say Atticus inside your mind, right? Now, can you prove to me that you said Atticus in your mind? Can you prove to me and say that? But you know you said it, right?
Mm,
You see what I'm saying, Atticus? So
mm.
that's what it sounds like inside your mind. So if something inside of you is telling you to do it, because maybe that's why you're even asking this question. Maybe it's trying to tell you it's time to move on to something else. Who knows?
Yeah, I've heard this many times, and it's always the same thing. And especially when someone gets to the point where they're self-sufficient, they realize that they're off purpose. They're not on their purpose, and it won't get fixed until they are on their purpose. You follow what I'm saying? Now, this is difficult to realize until you're out of debt, and you're. It's the same. I'm assuming for lessons. Lessons probably doesn't need to work, at least not work in this general sense. Once you get there, once you're self-sufficient, or you realize, it comes to the fore, it's like, I don't have to do this. So what do I really want to do? And that's what I'm saying is, usually these questions come up when the person is not on purpose. They're not working on their purpose, what they're supposed to be doing. So, and the only solution is to like LJ did. You really got to pull off the Band-Aid or cut off the umbilical. Otherwise you'll stay there. You'll always find a reason to stay in
No,
that
you're
rut,
right.
or that
No,
convenience, or that comfort zone.
Andre, you're right. I think it's out of habit because it's the only thing I've known. You know, it's
I'll ask you a question, Atticus.
yes, yes, yes.
If you were to quit that job, first of all, it would be easy for you to find another job or go back to
Very
that
easy,
job.
very easy. In fact, my
Okay,
bro, lessons. I had an
right.
interview on Monday, and I took a day
Okay.
off. And guess what, my bro? I told them I had an interview. The current place I'm working at. I
Yeah, they don't care.
told them. No, this is the thing, my bro. It's like,
I mean, they don't care in a bad way. They're not gonna be like,
no, it's not that they don't care. They can't get staff. So when I told
Right.
them,
Yeah. That's how I was going to get into.
they,
Yeah.
they couldn't react. They
Right.
couldn't point that gun at me, the
Right. They
proverbial
couldn't
gun.
say, yeah, you're not going to the interview. This, that, no. They can't say
Yeah,
that.
you understand, my bro. They
Yeah.
couldn't say, they couldn't
Yeah.
threaten me. They couldn't threaten me.
One thing I want to put, Atticus. One thing I wanted to put in there though is what, and this LJ says this frequently as well. What would you do if money wasn't the issue, or if you if it's something that you know you derive a great deal of pleasure doing?
If money wasn't an issue, I'd come and visit every single one of you. Honestly, Lessons Band International, LJ, we'd all go out for a meal and a couple of drinks, and would sit down and would speak with each other. Trust me, that's what I love in my heart. That and music,
All right.
but
Atticus. Hey,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah.
I just want to give it an initial take or whatever. I'm gonna kick it back to Andre.
No.
But
Go on, go on.
initially my thought was no, right? Because especially with LJ um telling his story, I feel like you haven't quite gotten to where I'm not speaking financially, but mentally, like LJ said, it just hit him one day. You know what I mean? And then that moment hasn't hit you where you're just like, okay, I know this is what I'm not supposed to be doing, or I know that I have a, I mean, I know I have to quit, right? So
Mm,
I only say that because this time that we're in right now, like this next, like between now and the next like 5 years, like there's going to be so many opportunities. I think there's opportunities pretty much anytime. You can create your own
yeah,
opportunities, but
yeah.
uh, there's so many opportunities right now. And this is just personally the way I feel. I just want to run it up. You know what I mean? Like if you got 200,000, why not make it 2 million? If you got 5 million, why not make it 100 million? You know what I mean? Or at least strive for that shit. So with me, at least anyways, like uh, this is a term I say. Like sometimes, like I'll post it on social media or whatever. Bite down. Bite down.
Lessons, I want to ask you something.
What's up?
Is it really about money? You can have
Um,
good
That's funny. I was
amount of
just
money,
about to
bro.
say that. I was just about to say the money
right.
doesn't matter.
Andre,
Just,
this is why you
just
and I
ask
have to do a
LJ.
program.
LJ will tell me. No, I understand what Lesson is
But
saying
yeah, but
because
see, right. But that's why I said
we have real
initially that was
needs.
my thought. Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. Because like I said, that's why initially that was my thought. But then as the time went on, it kind of swayed. That's why I asked him, if he could just go back to that job or get a different job. Then shit, what's the do you, right? But
Yeah,
I'm
but
not in
that's
that situation. Like I could leave my job and get another job, right? But at this job, I've been here for a while. I'm comfortable. I get to bend the rules a little bit. So with me, that's why I was just saying personally for me, like me right now, I'm biting down. Like I have opportunities and stuff that, it's gonna in one way, shape, or form require me to add capital. You know what I mean? Like I have to, like LJ says, I have to use my job as a tool. I'm not quite sure. I feel like you're farther along than I am, right? Like I don't have land
that's
and,
one
and
thing I
things like
like
that.
about you,
So
Lessons, because I really do respect you, bro. I really do. I think you're just 1 degree removed from where I am currently in terms of
right, yeah.
mindset.
Cause see,
I
like
think,
Andre said, yeah, I can't just quit tomorrow if I wanted to. No, I couldn't do that. But I'm training up with a bullet, right? Like I'm trending that way really fast. And then, as basically right now, I'm just pretty much trying to train my mind to, because like you said, I've been working since I was 15. Like I've literally had a job since the age of 15. So, and, I've had people that,
respect.
right. I've had people that, I mean, they quit their jobs. I had a friend, he went to barber school, he cuts hair and stuff now. So that kind of stuff inspires me. But to me, I haven't really necessarily had a calling that says, just walk away from something and this, that, the third. And that's where, I mean, I think that's kind of where you're at. You're approaching that closely approaching that. And,
Mm,
you're at that age. You're at that
mm.
mid 35, late 40s.
Yes.
It's usually around the time where, you pretty much hit your peak mentally and you're at your physical peak as well. But, once that mid 30s range is whenever you finally like, okay, I know what life's about. You know what I mean, just actually starting to figure out your purpose and you're trending that way. So, like I said, initially, my initial thought was no, but you know, it just kind of depends, you know. So
No, you're absolutely right, Lesson. You're absolutely right, and I think that's why when you popped up, I knew I was going to get along with you. I knew I was going to get along with you. You're not insecure. That's one thing I've noticed about you, Lesson. You're not insecure. You don't
It
hate on people.
it's
Sorry,
gonna hit you, Atticus. And when you know,
right, yeah, see, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like
it's
it's
gonna hit you.
brewing up. It's right there. So I mean, I don't know.
You'll know.
But
You'll know when it's time. It's like I know people hear me say, "Hey," because I'm not saying quit your job. I'm just saying I just give you guys my experiences, right? Because it's gonna hit you when you, just like Andre said, when you know when you're aligned. Like right now, I know I'm aligned with my purpose. There is no doubt. I don't doubt it one bit. I'm on the right path, and the reason why I know I'm on the right path because the people tell me, "Hey, LJ, you changed my life." That's most definitely the right path because people don't say
yes.
that. That's not a normal thing. Everybody, you don't walk down the street and say, "Hey, yeah, what's up? Hey, man, you changed my life. Why? You bought me a coffee." No, nobody says that, right? So when you get it, Atticus, you'll know. You'll know.
And the thing is this: even if I did quit my job and I wanted another one, I can get it like that. Honestly, I'm not bragging. Gentlemen, please understand my position. I had the experience, I had the years. I've been working full time for about 15 years now. I have a record in the particular industry that I'm working on.
What is it that you would love to do that wouldn't feel like work, Atticus? What is it that you would love to do that wouldn't feel like work?
Honestly, mixing and producing music. That's always
So
been
do that. Do
Yeah, so
that.
do that. Mhm.
it's easier said than done.
Oh
It's
no!
like
Don't start with that. No, 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 no,
Exactly.
no. I don't
Exactly.
accept. No, no, no. You're in the wrong place for that. You know that. You know
yo,
we
give me
don't.
some
We don't.
artists. Give me
That's.
some artists. Give me some artists that are willing to pay me, please, Andre, and I'll do it.
Hey, listen. If it's worth doing, it's worth sacrificing for. So, if this is gonna make you happy, it's not gonna matter. You just see. This is why you say stuff like this sometimes, Atticus, and I think you're still worried about money. Just do
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Just do it. Get it done, man. Let me tell you, if you were to, that's what I
Andre
say
is
to
all right.
people always. What if you were to drop dead tomorrow? You
Yo,
can't, there's no
take
time
it
to
there. Take
waste.
it there. Take it
There's
there.
no
I want
time
to
to
hear this
waste
shit.
playing around. If you have something you want to do, just do it. And if you got to work part time or whatever you got to do, deliver food. I don't know. This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying. It's
yeah.
about your purpose. It's about your purpose. It has nothing to do
No,
with the
no,
money.
but no. Take it there.
Money will
Talk
prevent
about
you from.
mortality, please.
Yeah, no, but this is real. I can't tell you the amount of times because I frequently deal with people that are retirement age or older, and they all say the same thing. I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. And I always ask them, why didn't you? And they're like, oh, well, I had to pay for this, or I had kids. No, no. Yes, you have to handle your responsibilities. I'm not abdicating anyone from handling their responsibilities. But there's really no reason whatsoever, particularly in the modern age, for you not to do what you want to do, to be on purpose. There's no reason at all. Those are excuses. That's why I say
I
here
really
in
do.
SMD we don't allow that. We tell the truth. Whether it's you know
Yes.
the thing is we're not going to be nice. We'll be kind, but we're not going to be nice. Okay.
Listen, I wish I had you guys around me in real life, like physically. And because LJ is busy, he can only hold a program here and now and then. LJ, please, if you can, have a program every day. I'm telling you, it's gonna
Nah,
change the game. It's gonna change everything. If you can,
I
only
can't.
if you can.
No, not now. No. I'm doing the crossover right now. I can't do that every day, but maybe one
Hey,
day
Attic,
I'll do more. But right now, my brain is just yeah.
Andre, You and I are gonna do a program regularly. Yes, sir.
Hey,
No,
We'll
Andre,
Atticus.
I'm
see.
not
We'll
lying
see.
to you.
We'll
I'm
see
not.
that at the
No,
time.
no, 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 Andre. We're going to make this happen. We're gonna
Hey,
make this
Atticus. I
happen.
I wanna shoot you some of my contact info, and then we can chop it up, and you know,
Lessons. I'm always here for you, my bro. For
I'm gonna
what
put it
it's
in that.
worth,
You guys
I'm
can
always
exchange
here for you.
information on the back of the private chat back there if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Lessons.
gonna do.
Yes, please. Thank
What's
you.
up, Robert? What's going on, sir? You there, Robert?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
All right. What's going on, sir?
Oh,
Shout
not
out,
much.
Robert.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good evening. I meant to say. I just got off work. I just got with two questions for LJ. On the members part of the channel, I was wondering, can you do more detailed videos about how you saved up your maxed out your 401k for over a year straight?
Say that one more time, sir.
Can you do more videos about 401ks? Can you hear
What do
me?
you mean? What do you mean more about? What is? I don't understand what you mean more about them. What do you mean?
Like for example, like how you can max out a 401k for a year straight.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. That okay. I mean, I can tell you what my company did, how they did it. It was just for me, it was just a bar. I just moved the bar up. I logged into the account, moved the bar up. But yeah, I can do that. It's not a big deal.
Cool. And the
You just got to
second
be able to
thing,
afford it.
oh yeah, definitely. And the
Mm.
second thing is what you did to me. No, because no, what you were talking about, like once you know your purposes and stuff like that, I found out what mine is.
Oh, you did? And what is that?
I want to start my own private investment company,
Start what?
my own investment company.
Oh, okay. Now tell me, how did that happen? Tell me how that happened.
Well, I was at work and I was talking to a bunch of guys that's like way older than me, like mid 50s, early 60s, and they all in unison said that they came up to me. They was like, "You look like you have the business type of look." It's like you look like you can actually start like your own company and just become a head CEO of it. And they was like, "You got the mind frame from it forward." And it's like you got the personality, the mindset, you got the like your mannerism, and it was like you have
Who now? Who came up to you and said that? Who said
my
that?
coworkers
Okay, okay. Out of the blue.
out of the blue.
Okay, all right, all
I
right.
was just working with them, and I always felt it within myself as well. It's just like I just feel within that that's something I can definitely achieve. That's achievable to me.
Okay, it sounds like you got this feeling inside, and you know what I'm saying? Did
Yes.
you? Okay, that's how it happens. That's how it happens.
Yep, and it's like I always talked about this type of stuff, like when I was at different jobs like years ago, and like I had several people said the same thing. It was like you would do well in business. Even my grandmother, me and her talked for over an hour one day, and she was like, yeah, you definitely got the body, the mind frame for business. Like you definitely going to kill it and excel in business. And she was like, you need to go for it. And I was like, everybody keeps saying this, so it's like a confirmation or something.
You know, that's one. You know, honestly, that's one thing I've learned, and I didn't learn that till later. Usually, sometimes the people outside of you can see something in you that you might not see in yourself yet, but a lot of people tell you,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
that's what's been going on with me. It's been going on for the last 2 weeks. Like
I've
Okay.
had that. Yep. I've had
I
that.
had all
Yep.
types of
Yep.
different
Yep.
people, and I'm
Now,
good.
what made you finally realize, and I mean really focus on, like, wait a minute, everybody keep telling me the same. I mean, what made it click? I'm curious.
Well, being at work in general, it was like just being in a warehouse, and I just started, and I was just like, I was by myself, and I looked around my surroundings, and I realized myself that I can do much better. I was
Hmm.
like, like saying in bed, it's like I had people telling me I got all this potential. Why not
Yeah.
go for it? And it just hit me like a bolt of lightning.
Ah, okay.
And like
Yeah.
listening to you, like learning how to be debt free, learning what's life after zero, and like being in that comfort and learning how to live debt free, it all just clicked together in my life.
Mm, mm, I like it. I like hearing that. I like hearing other people's. Uh, I don't know. I don't even know if there's a name for it that just something comes to you like that. That's how it happens. It
Yeah,
really does.
and
Wow, man.
I know how to do it because I know how to work like brokerage accounts and everything. I learned that during my time at Amazon when I had an older guy show me how to do all of that. So I got the background for it. If I just probably got like just get a business degree. Sorry, I took some classes when I was in college at business, so I just got a few more to do. I just wanted to make the official party look like I got some sense, but I definitely got like the training up.
I mean, it counts on what area in investing you go to, because of course, some areas you want to get, certifications, or you got
Yes,
to pass some kind of test or whatever, right? I mean, you got
right,
to play the game, but you already got the main background. No personal debt. You're already going into investing with the correct base mindset, right?
absolutely.
So you're gonna kill it. You really are gonna kill it.
Yeah, ever since I've been hearing that confirmation from several different people that I never even met, I was like, yeah, I think I found my purpose. It's coming from. It's like other people can see something within me that I couldn't.
Now you're finally seeing it.
Yep,
Okay. All right. And now if we can get Atticus to happen the same thing, if he can just be patient and wait.
yep. That's the thing. I had to be patient. I had to feel it. It was just.
Yes, that's the right. You got to feel it. You're right. You got to feel it.
It was like
And
the
then the right people come to you and start, because when they see it, the right people see that, then they finally come and say, okay, I won't be wasting my time talking to him.
right. Exactly. That's how I felt. That's how they felt towards me. These are they was like, don't be like me, because like this was the older guys was telling me. They was like, I messed up my life. I did things I
Hmm.
shouldn't have did. They was like,
Oh, they
no,
said
you.
that to you.
Yes, they did.
Ooh, wow.
I
Okay.
just
And
want us to be able to meet up and sit together because I think we're spread too
Well,
thinly.
that's clear. SMD, that's going to be one day. That's going to happen. The SMD meetups. That's most definitely
But
going to
I'm
happen
in the
one day for
UK. You're in America. I just
sure.
I want the SMD family, and
SMD
I
has no
hope
boundaries, man. No boundaries.
I'm gonna spread the message. By the way, LJ, here in the UK, somehow, some way. I know I'm not supposed to take my mask off, but I will try my utmost best to spread the message here so that we can meet up. And when we meet up here in the UK, we can do a live video call with you guys in America.
Hmm.
You know?
Well, there's two people in the UK. You and Aaron. There's two people that know about SMD in the UK right now. You and Aaron.
Yeah, me and Aaron, but just as two people. Come on. There's loads of you Americans out there. Come on, just
Hey,
two people of us. Yes,
Atticus, you need to expand the UK presence for SMD.
I'm trying. I really am, but you have to understand, a lot of these people are slaves. They really are. And
Hey, I wanted to
Andre,
kind of,
it's scary.
touch on that.
Yeah.
Wanted you to touch on that, Atticus, because I was watching an older Fantastic stream. It was like 3 months ago or something like that, and you was kind of breaking it down. You was breaking it down heavy over there because you was saying, how they don't have the
Thank you.
constitutions and things like that. And
Thank
it's
you.
like I understood that, but it's like some people don't really understand how America is pretty much like the looking glass for the rest of the world. But it's like they don't. You guys don't carry weapons and things like that. So I just wanted you to touch on the subtle differences.
Yeah, you Americans, you do not understand how fortunate you are compared to the rest of the world. And it's not because it's granted to you. It's something
It feels like we
internalized.
complain the most too. It's like we complain the most because we have so much. Like that's crazy.
The thing is, my bro, lessons. The thing is, your liberties is something that's internalized within yourselves as opposed to being given to you. You understand? There's millions upon millions upon millions, tens upon millions of Americans that truly believe in the edict that we are all born free. It's not something that government tells them. They know this internally.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't understand the Constitution. My bad, but a lot of people don't think
No,
the
yes.
Constitution. People think the Constitution grants you rights. The Constitution protects your already given right. You know what I mean?
The Constitution is only you telling the world what you already think.
Right.
That's all it is. It's like a billboard. You understand what I mean? Lessons. It's you just you've already made up your mind. Now let me let other people know what it is I think. That's what the Constitution is supposed to be. Now for us Africans, because we come from different tribes, different ethnicities, sadly, and I say this again, sadly, we don't look at the rule of law the same way. We don't. We're too different. Don't look at the color of the skin, because that's something that's been trained people in the West. The color of the skin means nothing. It's about culture. My tribe, I come from the people called the Luo. We're people of the Nile. Okay? We are known to be anti-government. We're known for this. It's a stereotype. We don't side with the state. We don't do it. But there are other tribes that will acquiesce to authority. We don't do it. We have a saying in our language. In English, it's "I don't eat in your house." Okachieme. I don't eat at your house. You don't feed me. You don't tell me shit. I'm sorry, LJ, for swearing. But that's something in our culture. Now, there are other tribes that we share the same country with, because we're not a nation, we're a country. We share the same country with that don't have that mindset. And we're stuck with them. There's nothing I can do apart from the only thing that's left is to mount a war of secession. Every African country that you see, apart from Ethiopia and Liberia, is a creation of foreign powers. We're not supposed to be with.
See, I've never actually lived in another country, so it's very,
so sad, my bro.
It's
so sad. It's so sad.
I've been to many countries, but I haven't lived in another country, right? Now, like when I used to be married to a Canadian woman. So when I used to go up to Canada, because I was born in Washington State, which is on the border of BC. Okay, so I used to go up to Canada a lot. Now, when I used to go up there, I had a feeling of, which is crazy. I had a feeling of I had to leave when I crossed the border. I had to leave my attitude of the U.S. there, which is crazy. It's very difficult to explain, right? Because it felt more relaxed up in BC for some reason. Just a multitude of different cultures are everywhere. It's just crazy, right? But it was a cool place to go. I used to love going to Canada all the time. So, but I didn't really know about, the rights. We got the Constitution here, like just like what Lesson said. It's something that we don't have to. It's us. It's already there. It's something that's written. That those are our inherited rights.
No, but
and it's not like that in the UK. UK doesn't. They don't have something similar to that.
No, the United Kingdom has no written constitution. Everything.
No, it's a monarchy.
Yes.
So, Mark, and not only that, although the Magna Carta was a sort of preamble to the U.S. Constitution.
Yes.
But
Andre,
yeah,
Jesus Christ, we have to talk about this. Yes.
what particularly Americans do not understand is that the default of human history is pain, suffering, and authoritarianism. That is the default. That's the norm of society. So where the Americans really live in an imaginary bubble, sort of. They take for granted a lot of things. It's like I was saying with LJ, like how people see things as being so bad and all that, and LJ was like, hey, if it was that bad, we wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Well, there's some places on the planet where you cannot sleep at night. Someone's got to stay up, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
we envy you. We envy
yeah,
you.
there's I wouldn't say that the UK it's still a first world country, but yes, as an American, unless you've been a resident, like LJ was saying, unless you've been a resident somewhere for a significant amount of time, and people start telling you that your rights are different, or that the expectations are different, you really don't realize just how good you have it here in the U.S.
Yes. You have no clue. I'm telling you, LJ, with utmost respect and love, you have no idea how free you are. I know the United States government has its flaws. I know this. Come on. But you have no clue how free you are compared to us in the United Kingdom.
Well, see, I wasn't free until I freed myself. I mean, I noticed the version of free, what they say. I think when it says free, I think honestly, it's like if they said, hey, you can be free, but that's up to you. Because slavery still exists. It just moved from physical to psychological.
yeah.
Well, I think free is like that's a marketing term almost.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
relative.
It's been turned into a marketing tool. For instance, like say something like a weapon. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have any charges or nothing, nothing's stopping you
Right.
from going and buying a gun.
Correct.
Nothing's stopping you from going and breaking the law or whatever, right? But they tell you you're free to do that. Well, with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility or whatever. But in their mind, in their mind, I'm just assuming that they're thinking, we're gonna make some money off the back end, because say whenever you get arrested or whatever, it's a charge, right? So they're just putting a lien on you, and if you can't pay the lien, well, then you have to go to jail to work off whatever. Well, you're free, you know what I mean? So you got to do it. But
check this out, lessons. And if you get a felony, now you can't leave. But I'm free.
Right. Yeah.
Now I can't leave the country. I can't go to Canada. I didn't really think about that when I was younger, because I was taking some penitentiary chances. Don't get me wrong. But had I known that I couldn't leave,
penitentiary chances.
You know what I'm saying? You can't leave the country. That means you can't see the rest of the world. That doesn't sound like freedom to me. That sounds like prison.
Yeah, like we always say, LJ, there's rules to this game. You can't just run around willy-nilly. But I understand what Atticus is saying. Until you've really until you've been a resident somewhere else, it's different than visiting. When you're there a week or two, it's a whole different thing when you live the place a whole year or 2 years, where you have to go through the process of becoming a resident and being subject to the laws in a way that you really notice. There's something to be said for being a U.S. citizen. Now we do have some serious taxation issues, but
it's worse than the UK, though, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I think the UK has the highest tax rate.
No, I'd rather be taxed by Americans than by the UK government.
Yeah, that's another thing.
The UK has the highest taxes.
Yes, listen, it's horrible. They take half.
God dang.
if you make I think it's over £80,000, which is over 100,000 US dollars, they take half.
Yeah,
My
that's
bro,
something that kind of perplexed me though. Like when I was listening to you on that stream, is that you know, not to get on the women tangent, but you know, somebody asked, you know, aren't the women more, you know, what I mean, more suitable over there or something like that? And I mean, I already knew the answer. It's just like, you know, this is pretty much a worldwide culture, especially in the West. People don't understand things like NAMBLA. I mean, if you don't know what it is, but I mean, so if you know, you know.
I've
But
heard of it.
a
I've
lot
heard of
of
it. Remind me. I've
right.
heard of it. Nambla.
Well, you just look it up. You have to look it up. But a lot of the teachings, especially like the psychological, you know, the you know, like neuroscience and stuff. A lot of that stuff came from Europe. So I mean, there's a lot of pretty much gonna be like the same, pretty much culture. And uh, the thing with like, you know, the ownership. You know, it's like, you know, the U.S. and the UK are trying to have, not the UK per se, but they've pretty much been like a co-regency almost. Like, you know, the U.S. is almost, you know, I mean, like a division of the central banks and things like that or whatever. But nonetheless, I just like listening to
Agreed.
different parts of the
Yes.
world, like different parts of the
Yes.
world, like because here, like recently, I've talked online with people in Australia and Africa, you know, so it's like you get a taste of different places, and then you can kind of connect the dots. And I just like getting in between those lines. You see what I'm saying? Like you said, the only way to really do it is to put a wall up. Well, there is no walls, so you know, I'll try to wanted to figure. I don't know. I just ever since I was in high school, like I took sociology class in high school, you know, and you know, I've always been interested. Now we would talk about other countries current like every day. We do it'll be a different country, and we'll talk about, you know, its currency, um, you know, the culture, things like that. Like we would just do like 10 minute, ten
Lessons.
minute thing every day about it.
You should visit. You should visit Africa, and I hope you visit East Africa.
Yeah, I definitely would. I want to check them all out. You know, South Africa, because
One,
like I said, I've heard like South Africa is like, you know, more American. A lot of people speak English.
well,
Yeah,
I
Uh,
would
I
say
don't
this.
know. Yeah.
I would say this. If you are, particularly if you're an African American under the age of, let's say
40,
35, 30,
40, 40.
your greatest returns will be in Africa, without a doubt. And it's not even it's not even close. We're
Amen.
talking, if you can make it, for example, in the United States, a typical business, low end business, you're buying for 3 years of annual returns, right? So let's say, for example, $300,000 of seller's discretionary income, you'll pay $1 million-ish for it. You could go to Africa for pocket change and put together a whole industry. And
Yep.
that's not an exaggeration. So
Cheap.
for example, in Kenya, you could go with 10 grand in your pocket and take over.
Hey, could you speak, Andre? Could you speak to like the incentives too? Because I've heard like South America, especially, and like I think in Africa too as well. You know, if you're coming over there and you're trying to start a business, you know, they'll actually work. You know, man, they'll incentivize you to create jobs and things like that. To where, you know, in America, it's kind of it's different. So could you speak to that?
Well, the incentives are varied. Each country is really unique. The idea of saying the idea of just lumping the continent into all one big group is ludicrous. It does that makes no, even
Well,
within the
yeah,
country you
that's another
have
thing too. I have
ethnic differences.
a
I
lot of people
agree.
do that too
Yep.
here
Yep. It
because
Yeah,
doesn't make
people are
sense.
so
used to
I would
here.
It
You
doesn't
can
make
leave
sense.
like here we
Even
have states.
financially.
You know what I mean? So you can go from Texas to
No,
Michigan and get a
it's
different
beyond
little
that.
culture. But
No,
over
no.
there, it's you know, it's
It's
people. I hear
oh,
beyond
there's
people
a
that.
try to
big
say
difference though.
It's a
There's a
big
right.
big
Well, I mean,
difference.
difference. It's
Big
not
I
like
hear
difference.
going
people try
from
to. Well, yeah, people. That's the problem I hear too. It's like some people they speak about Africa as if it's a country. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
there's countries. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different countries. There's different cultures, different people in each
absolutely,
single one. So that's what
absolutely.
I like. But yeah,
I would say this, that not only are there massive differences between countries, there's also massive differences within a country, particularly along ethnic lines. But we're talking about business here, and that's a
Yeah,
whole different
yes,
subject.
yes, yes.
So when you're talking about business, you're talking about you're really talking about a political situation. So that means the extent with which your property rights are going to be recognized. And even beyond that, when you're talking about Africa, you're talking almost more like a Wild West type of thing. So in some countries, you know, you got to pay people off to get stuff done. So
Internationally, you're gonna be rich in Africa.
you're not
gonna be rich. You're gonna be rich, my bro, because you know it. Everything you're
yeah.
saying is
So
gospel.
if and again, but you know, from one city to the next, or even from one township to the next, you can get pretty significant differences in how things are done. But again, I would say if you're young, particularly if you have no children, you could easily make millions upon millions of dollars just about anywhere in Africa. You have to be respectful though. You can't come in and just think you're going to go and rape the country. But if you come in with the right mindset, there's, for example, in the United States, there's barriers to entry to everything. You really can't do anything without going through some sort of requirements or
Yeah.
barriers to entry.
Yeah, that's the term I was thinking of. Yeah, barrier to entry.
Yeah. So in Africa, for a large portion of Africa, that doesn't exist. Now there's been some some negative things said from people that have gone, expatriates. It's been my experience that they have the wrong mindset. They're going in there to expropriate, and they're not going there to be really part citizens, like not just citizens, but part of the community. If you go there with the idea that you're going to just use your American dollars to abuse them, then you're going to be in for a quick awakening as to how powerful they really are.
Rude awakening. No,
but anyway, I just want to add that.
No. You're absolutely right, Andre. Absolutely right. I'm shocked that you have this much insight on the continent. Very, very shocked. And this is something else we can talk about when we start our program. You know? And I'll always shout out LJ. Always shout out LJ. You know what I mean? Because he inspired me to speak to you. In fact, I met you here. So, LJ, I'm always going to shout you out. When Andre and I started our own program, which we're planning to, you're up front and center. Up front and center. And I'll redirect people to you.
He on deck, huh?
Hey, he's a godfather. What do you mean?
He on deck.
Listen,
I ain't got a spaceship
too.
yet, though. A godfather with no spaceship. That don't even make sense.
Don't worry. You'll get it.
Yeah, I think, but I think that's kind of something that's important for people to kind of. I mean, it's not saying it's necessary that they have to learn it, but I've learned to be. I've learned that you don't know everything. I think some people kind of get caught in this thing where they think they know everything, or they learn something and they try to spew it on top of something, and they try to learn things and they try to give it to people because they want to get some sense of entitlement out of it. You know what I mean? They're doing it to try to please people or look smart or one up somebody. One thing I like with Andre and Atticus and stuff, like, there's a reason I ask you all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like the average person, I'm not gonna ask them, could you speak to this? Could you speak to that? Like, I'm really not even gonna ask anybody without getting some type of feel as to whether they can give something that's either correct or, fruitful about it. You know what I mean? Because like Andre said, if you go to Africa and you have a different mindset, you could come back and start complaining about it or whatever, but it's really not.
Those are people that went there. You got, first of all, you got to remember they're probably debt slaves. Let's just start there, right? So everything that they're looking at Africa as a way to solve a problem that has nothing to do with that. The problem is internal. So it doesn't matter where they go on the planet. they're still going to be in the same condition, and that's why LJ's created an environment that's unique. Like, and he's not. So I think that people really think that he's like conceited or some kind.
Yep.
But when he says
PCA.
there's no. Yeah.
He's arrogant. Oh, you're
The-
arrogant, LJ. How dare you?
but it's not, he's just stating a simple fact, because once you know what we're talking about, it's obvious that nobody else knows. Like, it's not a critique per se, it's just a statement of fact. You follow what I'm saying? So yeah, you're only going to find that here, I think.
It's an observation he's
I
making.
think it's something really powerful I read in this book. I brought it up the last time I was on here, but there's the technopoly, the end of culture to technology, basically. But one thing I liked about it is pretty much what Ross said on it. It's like, it's not that it's good, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it is. You know what I mean? Like, you can feel how you want to feel about it,
Yeah.
but the fact remains. But I think there's something a lot of people can learn just from observing the culture or whatever, because, like, there's a sense of, tribalness, right? Like, you're not like over here, it's like a whole race thing. Like, oh, you're black, I'm black. You know what I mean? Let's be hoteps or something like that. And I think that, those kind of some of the people that might be expatriating over there and realizing, they come over there, okay, we're all black, this, that, and the third. But then, in Africa, they're like, okay, well, I'm Vanuatu and I'm Kenyan. You know what I mean? It's not that my skin color doesn't define me. It's the culture. And then you realize, okay, well, you don't really want to adjust to that. You know what I mean? So that I'm coming back. But I think there's something that we could learn as far as a lot of people here have a collectivist mindset. Like, everybody wants to, you know what I mean? They want to either force themselves on people or they want to get gratification from other people instead of just having a few people like me. I have a few people in my retinue that I will bring things across. We share, ideas back and forth, whatever. But if it's the right decision, it's the right decision. But if they're not on the same page with me, I'm not even going to expect them to be that. And it's kind of like that in Africa, almost, like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you're not just going to go to a neighboring tribe or neighboring culture and expect something that you're getting in your tribe. Like, that's the point of having your tribe, right? So I think there's things that they can learn from that, and vice versa, right? So
all right, you guys, we got to wrap this up, man. I'm about to fall asleep.
I appreciate you
All right,
staying on
LJ,
this long,
talk to you
though.
later.
All right, man. I appreciate
Andre,
you
I
guys
salute
all
you.
jumping up here,
I'll
man.
contact you, Andre. I'll contact you.
All right, talk to you later.
All right,
Thank you, bro.
appreciate
Have a
it,
good
Andre.
one. Y'all have a good
Lessons
evening.
Salute,
learned,
everybody.
Robert.
Yes.
I'm glad
Hey,
you
good
found
luck. Good luck to you
Robert.
too,
glad you
Robert.
found your thing, Robert. Congratulations,
Thank you. I
man.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
good luck,
Yeah.
man. Stay focused.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit, man. Sky's the
Yes,
limit. So
exactly.
Love to
Appreciate
you
you,
Yes,
too,
indeed.
Lessons.
Robert.
Thank you. You have a
always,
good one,
LJ. Peace.
LJ. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Atticus.
Thank you, LJ.
Yes, sir.
Lessons learned. I love you all, man. I really do. Thank you all.
All right.
Till next time.
Yes, yes. Good night, Omanique. I see you down there. All right, man. I know we started talking about the house, but this is how these always go here. The SMD streams. I know we start out on the subject, but I really enjoy going deeper. I really do. And I'm glad I got SMD family members that can come in and talk about different aspects. I want to make sure SMD we have no limitations. We're across the world, knowing that we're free, especially even though UK and US is different, if it's a capitalist economy, it's the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not going too deep into it, but I'm saying, if I went to the UK and they say, I'm listening to Atticus say, hey, the taxes are higher in the UK. If I was told to live in the UK, the first thing I would say, are there rich people in the UK? Yeah, okay. I'm going to look for a person that understands the tax system who's debt free. That's all. And it's, hey, man, I'm from the US. Show me what you guys do here with these taxes. That's it, But I love it, man. I love how this is growing. I appreciate hearing people find their gifts, people looking with their gifts. It's cool to listen to people on their journeys. You know, hey man, am I supposed to quit my job? No, you're supposed to listen to what's inside of you. And if I help everybody find their gift, that helps us all. You know, that's just, and we can come here and share it, you know, because you can't share this type of experience just with, you can't, basically you cannot share with debt slaves, people that don't own the time in their life, man. They don't know what true wealth is, and that's time. So thank you, everybody. Much appreciated, man. Much love to the SMD family. This is my purpose, man. I mean, it truly is, man. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Yeah, make the best of your limited time. Exactly, Andre. You're right, man. I mean, I don't think about that in a negative way. I just think, you know, honestly, you guys, let me just tell you how I think like this. I go, man, I can't, and this is what I've been thinking about. I cannot believe I'm not going to be here one day. This is how I think now. I cannot, not that I'm even going to know it. Okay, I'm not going to know I was here when I'm dead. See, that's why I always think death is really an illusion, because when you die, you're not going to know you're dead, right? You're going to be dead. You're not even going to know you was here. So it has to be an illusion, right? But sometimes I think, man, I'm not going to be here one day. That's just unbelievable to me, right? But it is what it is, right? So anyway, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all. And look out for the members only videos, probably by the weekend. And it's going to be more about my experience of crossing over from the W2 world to the business side. I'm talking about tax wise. It's like I said, it's almost like I'm paying my, I want to say buying into the system. I have to put in my contribution, you know, just like everybody else that understands it. You gotta put in, you gotta pay, you know, but it is what it is. But once I pay in, it's automatic. Everything's gonna be automatic. Everything. That's true, Omanika. I don't know. I'm just saying, but from my limited knowledge today. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So I don't know. Thank you, everybody. You guys have a wonderful night. Oh, it's Thursday. Okay, tomorrow's Friday. Okay. Man, I'll be forgetting days like I don't know what. All right, you guys have a good night. Later.